56 degrees and clear and chilly at 7:58 WINS, New York.
The Yankees hold a 7-5 edge over the Indians on the season, having won 4 of 5 here and finishing 3-4 in Cleveland. Since the 1976 season, the Yankees hold a 31-12 edge over the Cleveland Indians. Well, Bob Lemon, the manager of the New York Yankees, and Jeff Torborg, the manager of the Cleveland Indians, out at home plate exchanging lineups. Two umpires, Durwood Merrill, who will be behind the plate. Marty Springstead will be at first base. Rich Garcia will do the umpiring at second. And over at third base will be Jim Evans. The starting lineups for tonight's ball game. For the Indians, leading off, playing center field, Rick Manning. Manning batting .259 on the year. Jim Norris will be in left field. He'll bat second. Norris hitting .283. In the third slot, Buddy Bell, the third baseman. Bell batting .286. Andre Thornton, having a marvelous year with the Cleveland Indians, will be the cleanup hitter, and he'll play first base. He's batting .265. Wayne Cage will be the designated hitter. He'll bat fifth. Cage batting .256 on the year. In the sixth slot will be the catcher, Gary Alexander. Alexander traded twice this year, once by the San Francisco Giants. He was traded to the Oakland A's, and then the A's shipped him to Cleveland. He's having a fine year with the Cleveland Indians. Dwayne Kuiper will bat seventh and play second base. Kuiper hitting .287 on the year. Dan Briggs will play right field and bat eighth. Briggs batting .179. Tom Verizor will be the shortstop and batting the ninth slot. Verizor hitting .268. Once again, the pitcher for the Indians, David Clyde. Clyde 8-11 on the year. For the New York Yankees, leading off in center field, the catalyst for the Yankees, Mick the Quick, Mickey Rivers. Rivers batting .265 on the year. The young pro, Willie Randolph, will play second base and bat second. Randolph hitting .278. The captain, Thurman Munson, will bat third, and Munson hitting .293. In the cleanup slot, the designated hitter, Reggie Jackson. Jackson batting .276 and has many key hits in this final month. Lou Piniella, very much underrated ball player, will bat fifth and play right field. Piniella batting .313 on the year. He's fourth in the American League. Greg Nettles will play third base and bat sixth. Nettles hitting .274. Chris Chambliss will play first base and bat seventh. Chambliss batting .277 here in 1978. Roy White will bat eighth and play left field. White hitting .269. And at shortstop, batting ninth, will be Bucky Dent. Bucky batting .247 on the year. And once again, the pitcher for the Yankees, the big fella, Jim Beattie. Well, we have a score from Boston. The Red Sox scored 3 runs in the bottom of the first. They now lead the Blue Jays 3-0 after 1. And the New York Yankees take the field. It'll be Baltimore at Detroit, Minnesota at Kansas City, Chicago at California, Milwaukee at Oakland, Texas at Seattle. In that Boston game, Jim Clancy, young right-hander with good stuff, going against another young right-hander, Bob Stanley, and he also has good stuff. And right now we will stand for our national anthem.
To honor America, let us join with Robert Merrill as he sings our national anthem.
With the start of tonight's ball game right after this.
Plymouth announces a breakthrough in American automobiles. New Plymouth Horizon, the car you can drive in comfort and confidence on any kind of road.
Relax, Horizon can handle it.
Horizon gives you superb traction and stability in rain, in wind, in snow, because it's the first American-made car of its size with front-wheel drive. Horizon is loaded with standard features like rack and pinion steering, front disc brakes, AM radio, white wall radial tires, and front bucket seats. And the EPA estimated a manual transmission Horizon at 38 miles per gallon highway 25 city. Your mileage may differ. And Horizon is base priced at just $37.06, excluding taxes and destination charges. No wonder Motor Trend magazine is named Plymouth Horizon the car of the year. Anytime you want to go anywhere in comfort and confidence, relax. Horizon can handle it.
At first base,
An announcement from the New York Yankees. The Yankees are no longer accepting mail orders for box or reserve seats for the American League Championship Series or the World Series. I repeat, the New York Yankees are no longer accepting mail orders for box or reserve seats for the American League Championship Series or the World Series. Okay, right here in New York, the first of a big three-game series against the Cleveland Indians. And here with the play-by-play, Bill White.
All right, Fran. Rick Manning leads off for the Indians here in the first inning. He's the left-handed batter. Not much power. The Yankees play him straight away. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. That's a breaking ball. It's down low, ball one. Nettles in at third base for Manning. He's batting .259, 3 home runs, 47 runs batted in. And Beatty's next pitch, fastball is, he fouled that off. Sherwood Merrill, the home plate umpire, jumped out quickly as that ball bounced out of Mudson's glove. And let's see what Durwood puts up. First pitch was a ball, and he evidently fouled it off, so it's 1-1. Now Beatty's 1-1 pitch. Misses inside, 2 balls and a strike. Nettles, Dent, Randolph, and Chambliss around the infield for the Yankees. White, Rivers, and Pennell in the outfield. Here's the 2-1 pitch now to Manning. Called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is a 13th meeting between the Yankees and the Indians. Yankees have won 7, the Indians 5. 2-2 pitch. Fouled back. Manning reaching out, just got a piece of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes still. Yankees on a 4-game winning streak. They've won 27 of their last 35. Fastball is taken down low, ball 3. 3-2 on Manning. On deck is Jim Norris, the left fielder. Now Beatty rocks, and the payoff pitch to Manning. Swung on and sliced foul into the upper deck down the left side. The count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. Beatty's third start against the Indians. He's 0-1 this year against Cleveland. And the 3-2. Swung on and fouled off again by Manning. Ball in and out of the upper deck. Now Beatty gets a new ball. Looks in at Mudson. He rocks. The payoff pitch. Swung on, lifted to left field. Coming on is Roy White. He's there waiting and makes the catch. There's one away. You know, Fran, most of these Cleveland hitters, with the exception of Andy Thornton, Wayne Cage, and Gary Alexander, they're simply singles hitters. It takes a lot of singles to score a run.
It really does. And, of course, Jim Beatty, he has a good control. He's a tough man to hit. Beatty threw a masterpiece in Boston, a big game up there, and I'm sure his manager, Bob Lemon, would like to get another masterpiece out of him tonight.
Jim Norris, the left-handed batter, batting at .283. 2 home runs, 27 runs batted in. They play him about like they played Manning. And he takes down low from Beatty, ball 1. On deck is Buddy Bell. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, fouled off, in and out of the glove of Mudson, 1-1. 1 out, nobody on, just underway from the stadium. The Yankees and the Cleveland Indians playing what might be the final 3 games of this series and of the season. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Good breaking ball. 1-2. Of course, should the Yankees and Boston tie, the playoff will be at Fenway Park in Boston on Monday at 2:30. Yankee Magic number 3. 1-2 pitch. Foul down, straight down. Bounces back toward the screen. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Of course, if the Yankees win all 3, or if they win 2 and Boston loses 1, or if they win 1, Boston loses 2, it's all over. Here's the 1-2. Too high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Right now, the Red Sox on top of Toronto 3-0 at the end of 1. 2-2 pitch to Norris. Swung on, hit in the air to left field. Roy White starts back. Now he comes on, and he's there. Makes the catch for out number 2. Well, Toronto didn't score in the top of the second, and Boston leads now 3-0, and batting in the bottom half of the 3rd inning at Fenway. Here's Buddy Bell, the 3rd baseman. Bell batting at .286, 6 home runs, 60 runs batted in. And the first pitch to him. Swung on, lifted foul off the first base side. Chambliss over there, but he'll run out of room. It's about 10 rows back. For some reason, Fran, every year the Indians tell their fans they're going to have a better ball club, but every year they seem to have a worse ball club.
That's an interesting point, Bill. And then they trade away Grubb, pretty good hitter this year.
Fastball is in the air, shallow right center. Coming on is Piniella, going back is Randolph. And Randolph gets out of the way, and Lou Piniella makes the catch, and the side is retired. 3 up and 3 down at the end of 1/2 inning of play. The Indians nothing, the Yankees are coming up.
A message for the people of New York from the Bowery Savings Bank. Here is Joe DiMaggio.
Why do the people with the least faith in New York have the loudest voices? These past years, people who never made a clutch hit in their lives for New York have done a job at putting it down, while some fled the city and others hid behind locked doors. When I broke into baseball, the remnants of the Depression were everywhere, and you could smell the coming of war. But this city never gave up, never stopped building, because building is what New York is all about. Building bridges, towers, tunnels, but more than that, we build communities. A community of minorities, people needing to dream, people needing a chance, people who have to do it their way. That's why New York is unique. That's why no one who hasn't tried to make it here can understand the way we work. We have been in a slump, but we won't beat it by slinking around with our tail between our legs. You beat a slump by standing up to it and swinging. Again, and again, and again, until you connect. This city wasn't built by frightened people, and frightened people won't save it. Cities do die. Today, we have a choice. We can choose whether New York lives or dies. Choose life. Like the tides around it, New York rises and falls. It looks like the tide's up. We're going to be all right.
Sponsored by the Bowery Savings Bank, member FDIC. Then Mickey Rivers will step in to face the left-hander David Clyde. Rivers will be followed by Randolph and then Munson. Phil?
All right, Fran, no score here in the bottom half of the 1st inning, and Mickey Rivers popped one foul outside 3rd base near the Indian dugout. Over there is Buddy Bell, and the 3rd baseman makes a catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here's Willie Randolph, the Yankees' 2nd baseman. Willie batting at .278. Moving on deck is Thurman Munson. Here's Clyde's first pitch to Willie Randolph. Curveball is down low, ball 1. Clyde's won 8 and lost 11 so far this year. He's won 1 and lost 1 against the Yankees. Career-wise against the Yankees, he's won 3 and lost 3. Randolph takes a fastball low, 2 balls, no strikes. This is Clyde's 25th start, his 28th appearance for the Indians. Fastball is low, ball 3. He's had plenty of rest. He's had 5 days rest. He last faced the Yankees in Cleveland back on September 23rd. Fastball is a called strike on Randolph. It was taken all the way, 3-1. Clyde and Cleveland beat the Yankees 10-1. That last start. Called strike 2 on Randolph, 3-2. Here's the windup and the payoff pitch to Willie Randolph. Inside, ball 4, Randolph walks. So Willie Randolph waits out David Clyde. He draws a walk. Mentioned all year long, Willie with a good eye. He's now walked 82 times. He's stolen 36 bases and been caught 7 times. Clyde now does not have a move to first base. Most of the time, he will not even attempt to throw to first base. As standing in now is Thurman Munson.
And Bill, if Clyde has a shortcoming, it would be in the control department because he has a good fastball, a good breaking ball. If he gets it over, he'll be tough. Right here, Willie Randolph should know his move and should be trying to steal second base.
Pitch to Munson. There goes Randolph. Bounce to third. Bell digs it out. Goes to second. Out there. Throw back to first. Double play. Randolph was on the move. Bell gambled. Went to Kuiper at second base. They got Randolph. And a throw back to first base got Munson for the twin killing. And at the end of 1 inning of play, the Yankees nothing. The Cleveland Indians nothing.
The day is done. It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind. So just say bud.
Yeah, that's right. There's nothing like getting home, especially when there's a cold can of Bud waiting for you.
'Cause when you say Budweiser, you said it all.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Hello, Rusty Jones.
Hey, how are you?
Goodbye, Rusty Cars.
Hi, I'm Rusty Jones. What? Rusty Jones Rust Proof. You know, I can save your car from rust. You can? Sure, because I'm more than just rust proofing. I'm the one option you can buy for your car that actually appreciates in value. How's that? I'll stick with your new car, protecting it from rust for as long as you own it. And everybody knows a rust-free car is worth more trade-in time. You really stick with my car? Day and night, winter and summer. No vacation? Not even a coffee break. No gimmicks? Nope, I just want your car to stay rust-free, so you can say,
Hello, Rusty Jones. Goodbye, Rusty Cars. Hello, Rusty Jones. Goodbye, goodbye, Rusty Cars.
Look for car dealers that offer Rusty Jones rust proofing. It's a sure sign they care. Okay, a bulletin from Boston. Jim Rice has doubled and singled tonight, becoming the first American leaguer since Joe DiMaggio to have 400 total bases for a season. That was 1937. Bill?
All right, friend. Andre Thornton leads off against Beatty in the second inning, and he takes the strike. Thornton batting .265, 32 home runs, 103 runs batted in. He's a big, strong right-handed hitter. Beatty's 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball is down low, 1 ball, 1 strike. White playing Thornton deep in left. Rivers straight away in center. Left side of the Yankee infield playing Thornton to pull. 1-1 delivery. Curveball's a called strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck is Wayne Cage, the designated hitter for the Indians. Now Thornton backs out. Thornton, a pretty good fastball hitter, does not like the breaking ball. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Fastball just missed outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Joe Nosick coaching at third base for the Indians, and Rocky Colavito coaching first. Here's a 2-2 to Thornton. Swung on and missed. Got him with a breaking ball. Thornton goes down swinging. First strikeout for Jim Beatty, and there's 1 away in the second inning. Wayne Cage hurt the Yankees in Cleveland. Hit a couple of home runs and hit a lot of extra base hits the other way into the left field corner. Stands way off the plate and swings late.
And Bill, Jeff Torborg told me before the ball game, right now, Cage, the hottest hitter for the Indians.
Well, he's batting at .256, 4 home runs, 12 runs batted in. There's a late swing foul off the left side. No balls and a strike on Cage. Beatty rocks and deals the 0-1 pitch. Fastball backs him off inside. It's 1-1.
And Bill, I think that's where you have to keep the ball on Cage. He wraps that bat around his neck. Be tough to get around in that good heat inside.
1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-2.
Scoreboard told me before the ball game in Baltimore, Palmer got Cage out with balls out over the plate. Next time up, try to get him out there. Cage almost killed him.
Here's a 1-2 to Cage. Too high, a fastball. 2-2. Got to be careful talking to the managers now. Sometimes they'll try to set you up.
You're not going to set me. I can't do anything up here.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Caught him looking at a fastball on the inside edge. 2 strikeouts for Beatty. And 2 away in the second inning. And the batter's Gary Alexander. And he leads the world in strikeouts. Alexander so far this year has struck out 162 times. Still 17 less than Bobby Bonds. When he set the record a few years back, Bonds 189 strikeouts. In Cleveland, Alexander seemed to be swinging just to try not to strike out. Hit a lot of balls the other way. He's got 26 home runs this year with 82 runs batted in. And the pitch, a breaking ball. It's down low, ball 1. Giants gave up on him. The A's picked him up. Hit a lot of home runs early for the Oakland A's. Won a lot of ball games early for the Oakland A's. And the A's sent him to Cleveland. 1-0 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. Wasn't trying to hit that one to right field. It's a ball and a strike on Alexander. Beatty rocks and deals a 1-1 pitch. Sidearm curveball called strike 2. Ball up around the letters. 1-2. Alexander did not like the call. He bounces back and says something to Durwood Merrill, the home plate umpire. 1-2. Alexander still out of the batting box. Now he'll get back in. Beatty reading signs from Munson. Still looking. And the 1-2 delivery. Fastball is swung on and missed. Alexander goes down swinging on the side, is retired. 3 up and 3 down as Beatty strikes out the side. At the end of 1.5, the Yankees nothing, the Indians nothing.
Here's a message of special interest to New Jersey residents from Household Finance.
People use our money to get the most out of life.
Your home could provide a way for you to get the most out of life. With an HFC homeowner loan, you could use the equity you have in your home to help pay for your children's education, get a new car, or take that long overdue vacation you've been promising yourself. Equity is the difference between what you owe on your home and what it's worth today. And it could be the money you need to get the most out of life. Ask about the homeowner loan from Household Finance, an equal opportunity lender.
Come on into HFC.
In New Jersey, secondary mortgage loans are available from $2,500 to $25,000. See your phone book for the HFC office nearest you.
Well, you've got that feeling again. The feeling that this could be the year. That Yankee Stadium could be the place. That this Yankee team could be the team. When you've got a feeling like that, enjoy it with a Yankee Frank. Because Yankee Franks have the taste that takes you out to the ball game even when you're listening at home. Go ahead, bite into one. You can almost taste the pen in it. Yankee Franks. Colonial makes them.
Quickly, the Eastern Division of the American League going into tonight's action. Boston 1 game behind the Yankees. Milwaukee 7 games out. Baltimore 7.5 back. Detroit 13 games out. Cleveland 27.5 games back. And the Toronto Blue Jays in the cellar 37.5 games out of first place. Phil?
All right, Fran. Reggie Jackson leads off against David Clyde here in the second inning. A scoreless ball game. The first pitch is over the outside corner. Strike 1 on Jackson. Reggie's batting .276, 25 home runs, 93 runs batted in. The next pitch swung on and missed. Jackson going after a high fastball. No balls, 2 strikes. On deck is Lou Piniella. Clyde doesn't like the first sign he gets. Now he's ready. And the 2-strike pitch. Swung on and missed. Threw a fastball by him. Jackson goes down swinging for the first out. That'll bring on Lou Piniella.
Bill, earlier you mentioned the Cleveland Indians always telling the fans they're going to have a better ball club. Early in the year, they traded Johnny Grubb, the left fielder who was hitting the ball very well, to the Texas Rangers. I had a question whether or not Grubb more valuable to the Rangers than he was to the Indians. That surprised me, that move.
Well, they say that's a forerunner to a big move, a move that might bring Bobby Bonds to Cleveland, along with some other players. Lou Piniella takes a curve outside, ball one.
Like?
Talking about Doyle Alexander. He's one of them. Reggie Cleveland, one of them. They mentioned, I think, 4 players from Texas going to Cleveland. Fastball is low. Doc Ellis. His name has been mentioned as one. Of course, Doc had a little run-in with Billy Hunter, his manager down there in Texas. So they say that's a forerunner to a bigger deal that'll happen this winter.
Right, I could see that, but at that point of the season, I was surprised at the deal.
On the ground through the left side, base hit for Lou Piniella. So Piniella picks up the game's first base hit. He's on at first with one away, and that'll bring on Greg Nettles. Let me tell you, if you deal with Gabe Paul, you better be careful.
Is that right?
So Brad Corbett better be careful. Here's Nettles. Nettles batting at .274, 27 home runs, 90 runs batted in. By the way, Pinella's now hit in 10 straight ball games. Clyde sets and deals. Fouled straight back by Nettles. Got a good rip of a fastball out over the plate. 0-1. Piniella being held at first base by Andy Thornton. Clyde checks him. And the pitch. Curveball is low. It's 1-1. No, thinking back, Fran, and probably you might be able to help me. The game we did in Cleveland when Clyde beat the Yankees 10-1, I can't remember one time Clyde throwing the ball to first base, keeping a runner close.
Good point. Neither could I. Of course, you mentioned in high school he did not have to throw to first base. Never developed a good move.
Never gave up any hits. Bounce to Thornton at first. He bobbles, and he'll have to play at the first base, and he gets there ahead of Nettles with Piniella going to second base. Might have been a double play had Thornton fielded the ball cleanly. He bobbled it. Went a couple of feet in front of him. By the time he picked it up, Piniella had gotten into second base, so Thornton decided to make the sure play at first. Oh, with 2 outs, that'll bring on Chris Chambliss.
And Bill, it's interesting. If a youngster comes into the major leagues without a good move to first base, sooner or later, all the hitters, all the players will know about it. And, of course, they'll take advantage of them.
No score here in the second inning with 2 outs, and Piniella moving off second base. Clyde sets. Pitch to Chambliss. Called strike. Fastball on the outside corner. Chris batting at .277, a dozen home runs, and 88 runs batted in. Indian outfield playing Chambliss straight away with Briggs deep in right field. The set and the 0-1. Curveball is low. It's 1-1. Oh, so far, Clyde has not been able to get the curveball over. He's got an excellent fastball, good velocity on his fastball, and good location with the fastball. And he sets. Here's a 1-1. Curveball drilled deep to right center, but Briggs is there. The right fielder backing up and makes the catch. The side is retired. No runs, a base hit, and a man left. Through 2. The Yankees nothing, the Cleveland Indians nothing.
Well, I remember way back in '62, and those magic moments with Mary Lou, hanging out at the drive-in in my '57 Ford V8.
Hey, Rocky, I bet my Ford's better than your Ford. Oh, yeah? What do you got in that thing? Yeah, well, I got a new set of Champion plugs.
Oh, well, hey, listen, man, I just remembered I got to get my ducktail trimmed, right? It's Tuesday.
And we're gonna go now, time to change. My priorities have been rearranged.
Hey, Rocky, I bet my Pinto gets better mileage than your Pinto.
Oh, yeah? Tell me, what do you got in that thing?
Yeah, well, I got a new set of Champion plugs.
Oh, wow. Hey, I got a split. I just remembered I got to get a hair transplant, right? Hey, times change.
You can't buy a better plug for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy a better plug no matter where you are than Champion. Champion #1 in the world. #1 in your car.
This portion of New York's finest baseball is brought to you by Specs, New York's finest athletic shoes. You know, when it comes to athletic shoes, specs are a sure thing to take the Triple Crown again this year. Best performance, styling, and durability. Whether you're into basketball, tennis, running, or just hanging around looking good, you should be into Specs. Catch up with the Specs athletic shoes at over 600 fine stores in and around New York City. When you step into your Specs, you're ready to step out. After 2 innings in Boston, now it's the Red Sox 6, the Blue Jays nothing. Bill?
All right, Fran, right here it's 0-0 through 2, and leading off for the Indians in the top of the third, Dwayne Kuiper, their second baseman, and a left-handed spray hitter. He takes a curve down low, ball 1. Kuiper batting at .287, no home runs, 43 runs batted in. Beatty's next pitch is inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Bottom third of the Indian batting order, Dwayne Kuiper, Dan Briggs, and Tom Verizor due in against Jim Beatty in the third inning. The 2-0 pitch. Nub to third base. Nettles digs it out. Long throw across the Chambliss, and plenty of time. There's one away.
And now 20 seconds for our local stations to identify themselves.
55 degrees and clear and chilly at 8:31. This is WINS New York. These are the top stories now. The nationwide rail strike ends as union bows to a federal judge's back-to-work order, and Catholic cardinals to return to Rome to elect a new pope.
The right fielder, Dan Briggs, is in, and he takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike. Briggs, a left-handed hitter. Beatty's changeup is pulled foul in and out of the Yankee dugout. That scattered Jim Spencer and a couple of other Yankees down there. 2 strikes on Briggs. Been up 39 times with 7 base hits. Too high, 1 and 2. 1 home run. That was hit against the Yankees. Sparky Lyle, I believe, in Cleveland. That's the only RBI Briggs has picked up since he was recalled from the minor leagues. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Beatty wants another baseball. Durwood Merrill will give him another one. Now the 2-2. Inside, ball 3, and the count is full. Beatty trying to jam Briggs on a 2-2 pitch. Now the rock, the kick, and the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Briggs goes down swinging. 4th strikeout for Jim Beatty. And there are 2 outs here in the third inning.
Still big game in Pittsburgh. The Phillies dropped the first one. 5-4, the Pirates victorious.
Well, that's a funny situation over there. Should the Pirates win all 4 of those ball games, let's see, they would still have to play, I think, the Cincinnati Reds. Cincinnati, Pam, make up a rainout game. Tom Verizor fouls the first pitch off. Phillies only have to win 1 of them to clinch that thing. Verizor takes strike 2.
I'd say if the Pirates won all 5.
4. 4 plus a 1.
Right.
Yeah.
They deserve it.
Here's a 2-strike pitch. Fouled back upon the screen off to the right. Still 2-2. Well, they're playing a doubleheader tonight, and I guess then 2 singletons tomorrow and Sunday. The Phillies needing to win 1. Here's Beatty's 2-strike pitch to Verizor. Bounce slowly toward third. Nettles lets it bounce, and it'll bounce foul. Still 0-2.
Still in that ball game in Pittsburgh, Stargell, his 27th home run of the year. 6th inning with 2 men aboard.
See, Kent Jacoby won that ball game. Little Reed, thin right-handed relief pitcher. Pretty good sinker. He's 7-7. Ron Reed lost it. He's 3-4. Well, put a little heat on the Phillies. 2-strike pitch, chopped to third, a pass third, backhanded by Dent. Off-handed throw, not in time. Ball was hit to the left of Nettles. He could not get to the ball. Bucky Dent backhanded the ball in the hole, threw off balance. Not in time to get Verizor. An infield hit for the shortstop. Well, Verizor on at first base. There are 2 outs, and the batter is Rick Manning, the center fielder. Manning's been up once, flied to Roy White in left field. Neto shortens up at third base for Manning, a left-handed batter, with Chambliss holding on Verizon at first. The pitch. Bounce to short. Bucky waits. Little toss to Willie Randolph at second base. They get the force on Verizon. Sides retired. No runs, no hits. And one hit and a man left on base. And at the end of 2.5, Yankees nothing, Indians nothing.
People use our money to get the most out of life.
100 years ago, a small company started lending money to consumers, and household finance was born. From the beginning, we've treated our customers with a concern for their needs and a belief that at HFC we really do help people get the most out of life. HFC, an equal opportunity lender.
Come on into HFC. Get a piece of the action. Get Yoo-Hoo chocolate action drink.
If you're getting bored with ordinary soft drinks, put a little Yoo-Hoo in your life. Best tasting soft drink ever. Creamy, smooth, super chocolate flavor. Yoo-Hoo's unbelievably delicious.
Get a piece of the action. Get Yoo-Hoo chocolate action drink.
And Yoo-Hoo is today's best soft drink value. Ordinary soft drinks are made with water. Yoo-Hoo adds nourishing low-fat milk. Milk costs more than water. That's what makes Yoo-Hoo better. And Yoo-Hoo's non-carbonated. Instead of filling you up, keeps your action up. Great in snacks, too.
Get a piece of the action. Get Yoo-Hoo chocolate action drink.
Yoo-Hoo is Yogi Berra's favorite action drink, the chocolate drink of champions. And Yoo-Hoo is today's best soft drink value. Get Yoo-Hoo from Iroquois Brands.
Roy White bounces one to third base. Buddy Bell scoops it out and throws on to first base. There's one away. White first ball hitting here in the third inning. Bounces out 5-3. No score, bottom of the third. Each team with one base hit. Bucky Dent's a batter for the Yankees. Then a right-handed hitter. Moving on deck is Mickey Rivers. Dent takes a fastball, too low, ball one. Clyde's 1-0 pitch. Fastball is fouled back. Got it in on the fist. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Dent. Low, 2-1. Yankees have had 2 base runners so far. Willie Randolph walked in the first, but Munson bounced into a double play, and Lou Piniella singled last inning, but was left stranded. Hit on the ground to shortstop. Reiser has a nice hop. Skips and throws on the Thornton of Gat Bucky Dent. There are 2 outs.
Some of our pregame guests received gift certificates for dinner for 2 at Victoria Station. Victoria Station for excellent prime ribs and a unique railroad atmosphere. Victoria Station in Darien, Yonkers, and East Brunswick. Others received the Powenex Dial Massage Shower Head, the only massaging shower head with 4 different sprays in one head. Dial 4, great feelings.
Mickey Rivers takes a breaking ball that's outside. Ball 1. 2 outs, nobody on in the third inning. No score. Cleveland and the Yankees. 1-0. Rivers swings and misses. A 1-1. Buddy Bell weighing on the grass at third base for Rivers. Here's Clyde's 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now Bell backs up. And the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, foul tip, held by Gary Alexander. Rivers strikes outside, retired. At the end of 3, the Yankees nothing, the Cleveland Indians nothing.
Wherever you may roam, you'll find our name is known. You can trust the Delco.
Thanks, Delco.
Delco Freedom Battery.
The Delco Freedom battery is truly maintenance-free. It never needs water, so the power is sealed in. Get freedom. You'll say, thanks, Delco.
You're welcome. They've got the stuff when the start is tough. You can trust a Delco. Thanks, Delco. Delco Freedom Battery. Delco, thanks, Delco.
Ever think about what goes into building a quality tire? Firestone does. It's a complicated process, taking the right blend of technology, skill, and dedication to quality. Quality. That's what we strive for at Firestone. And that's what you get in our double-belted Deluxe Champion Super Belt tire. It's polyester cord body, true fiberglass stabilizer belt, and computer-designed tread work together to give you the performance and smooth ride you've come to expect from Firestone. But I saved the best for last. Right now, they're on super sale with the lowest prices in 3 years. You heard right. They're at their lowest prices in 3 years, and that means you save from $22 to $49 per set of four. In fact, 4 A78-13 Blackwalls are only $89 plus $171 FBT per tire and 4 old tires. The time is now. The place Firestone. Charge them if you like, but don't wait too long. A Firestone sale this super hasn't happened in 3 years. Okay, for the Indians here at the top of the fourth will be Jim Norris, Buddy Bell, and Andre Thornton. And now here with the play-by-play, the gentleman, the scooter, Phil Rizzuto.
All right, friend. Jim Norris flied to left his first time up, and Beatty's pitch is a curve low, ball one. Look at Beatty. Really came to pitch tonight, friend.
Yes, he did.
That's low and inside, 2-0. That's first hitter he's been behind all night. He had retired 8 in a row, and Verizon got an infield hit. He has struck out 4 so far in the ball game. Beatty kicks, delivers, foul back to the screen, 2-1. It smells like we're in a perfume factory over here.
I thought it was you.
No, it was Bill White.
Oh.
Somebody gave him some new perfume. That's high and outside, 3-1.
To go with his haircut?
He's mad at me because you told him that I got on him about his haircut. Can't you keep a secret? The 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. And that's the first walk given up by Beatty in the ball game. And that's what Jim does not want to do. Buddy Bell fly to right his first time up. And if I remember rightly, Fran Haley, out in Cleveland, Jeff Torborg, whenever a man got on, either had him try to steal or a lot of hit and run.
That's correct.
Torborg with signs all over Mountainside, New Jersey, beat the Yankees. He wants to beat them so badly. Says it could atone for the terrible year the Indian team has had as a whole. Beatty kicks, delivers, Bell bunts. Back to Beatty. No, Nettles gets it, throws to first. They got Bell. Moving to second is Norris.
Good play on Beatty's part. Early in the year, he fouled up with Nettles on a bunted ball like that. This time, got right out of the way, let Nettles handle the ball. Anytime you have an infielder, as sure as Nettles, let him field the ball.
No doubt about that, and there had to be verbal contact down there because Beatty started to pick it up, and Greg must have yelled. And Beatty just kept right on running across the foul line. All right, Andre Thornton struck out his first time up. 1 out, no score. We're in the top of the fourth. The Yankees and everybody here knows Red Sox are leading 6-0. The curve is outside, ball 1. How about that Jim Rice? 400 total bases.
Unbelievable.
The 1-0 pitch. Checked his swing, but it's in there. It's 1-1, another breaking pitch. Beatty has the best breaking pitch I've seen him have all year long.
Of course, if he can get that breaking ball over, he can be unbeatable. He does have an excellent curveball.
Oh, boy. All right, Beatty to the belt. There it is again. He checked his swing this time, just barely missed the corner, 2-1. You hear the fans, they thought he had swung at it. But no argument by Munson or the Yankee bench. Durwood Merrill, the plate umpire. Beatty sets again. And the pitch, foul, that'll be back and out of play. And in the upper deck. evens the count at 2-2.
Okay, Phil, a count 2-2 now on Thornton. Thornton, a good long ball hitter, can hit the ball out of this ballpark also. Beatty with a big league curveball. Good time for it.
Yep, that's what he got him the first time up. Let's see if he gets him again. He's got 4 strikeouts. And the pitch curved just inside. Came a little bit side on that time. Kind of a flat curve. 3-2 the count. He can afford to throw another curve. He's got first base open. Beatty down to the belt. The pitch, he curves and bounces it to Nettles. Greg has it on a tricky hop, long throw. They got him. Beautiful play by Greg Nettles on a wicked hop, friend.
Yes, it was, Phil. Nettles had a back up, was on his heels. He was hoping the ball would come up and stay down. Of course, Nettles with those sure hands made a fine play. Nice soft toss across the infield to the first baseman, Chris Chambers. Right now, Thurman Munson, the catcher of the Yankees, out talking to Jim Beatty. Big decision right here, Phil. You pitch to the left-hander who can pop the ball on you, or do you go after Alexander? Alexander can also pop the ball on you, but that breaking ball, he has a problem with the breaking ball.
I'll say he struck out 163 times this year. All right, Cage struck out his first time up, and the pitch inside, ball 1.
And that's where he struck Cage out, his first time up. If you're going to pitch to Cage, it looks like, I said earlier, you have to go inside because he wraps that bat around his neck.
All right, Beatty to the belt. Foul. That hit Durwood Merrill right flush on the mask. Almost knocked him down. 1-1 the count. And Merrill wants to take a look at that ball as Munson had picked it up and quickly flipped to Beatty. Durwood also trying to shake the cobwebs out of the old noggin.
That's an interesting feeling.
Not interesting. You could use another word.
I always found it
terrible.
I always found it interesting.
Yeah?
I used to have a favorite mask that the bar would be against my forehead, because I wasn't real bright, though.
All right, 1-1 the count. Norris leads off second. Beatty checks him. Now delivers to the plate. Foul, and again that hit Durwood Merrill. That's the second time in a row. Hit him flush on the mask. He takes it off, puts his hands on his hips, taking a ball and fires it into Munson's glove. Now that's unusual. 2 in a row.
It really is. Of course, I always felt this way. If you had some cavities after that ball hit the mask, you would know it.
All right, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beatty down to the belt. The pitch. Foul in the upper deck down the left side, not a play. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. We have no score here in the top of the 4th. The Pirates stayed alive. They beat the Phillies in the first game of the Twin Bill 5-4. They got another one to play. The Mets split their doubleheader with the Cubs. Stretch by Beatty. And the pitch, strike 3, swinging. Jim Beatty chalking up his 5th strikeout of the ball game. No runs, no hits, no errors. A man left at the end of 3.5. Indians nothing and the Yankees nothing.
People use our money to get the most out of life.
It's the same old story. You went shopping and now you've got some big bills to clear up. Well, with an HFC bill payer loan, you could consolidate those bills and make one monthly payment that may be less than the total payment you're making now. The bill payer loan, a solution to an old story. HFC, an equal opportunity lender.
Come on into HFC. Rickle helps you do it better. Do it better with Rickle.
Make sure all of your home improvement projects begin at the Rickle Fabulous Fall Sale. There you'll find everything you need to dress up your home for less. Right now, for example, you'll find elegant real wood Roman shades at $5 to $30 savings. These Volant shades of deep textured walnut are available in sizes to fit most windows. And they're interwoven with heavy satin finish irons of crystal white, evening black, or burnished gold. So whether you need to decorate, insulate, patch, or repair, visit the Rickle Fabulous Fall Sale. Quality, value, and selection. Rickle has it all.
Rickle helps you do it better. Do it better with Rickle. Rickle helps you do it better. Do it better with Rickle.
This great Rickle sale ends tomorrow, so hurry into Rickle and save. Yeah, Willie Randolph steps in for the Yankees to face David Clyde. Phil?
All right, Willie Randolph got his 82nd walk of the year, his first time up. Hits this one to center field, but right there, Rick Manning, and makes the catch, one man out. Yankees doing a lot of first ball hitting.
Yes, they are. Right, score from Boston after 3 complete innings. The Red Sox have scored 8 runs. The Toronto Blue Jays have failed to score.
All right, Yankees just got to keep winning and rolling along. And no matter how many runs the Red Sox score, won't do them any good.
That's right.
Thurman Munson bounced into a very unusual double play his first time up. With Randolph running, he hit a grass cutter to Bell, who threw to the shortstop covering second. And Verizon threw to first for a 5-6-3 double play. Munson takes a curve over strike call. 1 out, nobody on. Fastball pull foul. Outside of third, 0-2.
Phil, when Clyde first came up to the major leagues with the Texas Rangers, he used to just rear back and throw that fastball. Did not have a breaking ball. He started Munson off with a very good curveball right there.
Well, if you remember rightly, Fran, he came right out of high school, and how many high school kids have a good curveball? They usually just throw smoke.
Right.
And even though he won his first 2 times against the Yankees, he still had to get down to the minors to learn to pitch. Outside to Thurman, a ball and 2 strikes. The left-hander Clyde winds, and it's a base hit ripped to left field. Munson hit a bullet. 1 hop by Norris, fires it in. And with 1 out, Munson singles for the second Yankee hit of the game, and here's Reggie Jackson. Reggie struck out his first time up.
Phil, in games like this, what the Yankees need is someone to open up that ball game offensively. Of course, the home run will do the trick every time.
All right, Clyde got to make a mistake to Jackson here. He pitched him perfectly his first time up, high, tight fastballs. And the pitch to Reggie, there's a fastball fouled back on the screen, out of play, strike 1. On deck, Lou Piniella. No score, bottom of the 4th inning. Reggie batting .276. Munson leads away, and now Reggie asks for time at the plate. Thornton holds the bag against Thurman. Clyde comes set. Slow curve popped up, shallow center. Long run for Manning. Loses his cap, but he's there now. Makes the catch, and there are 2 away. A towering pop-up to shallow center field. And now Lou Piniella, who singled to left his first time up.
And a reminder, only a limited number of general admission and bleacher seats remain for tomorrow's Fan Appreciation Day game against the Indians. All box and reserve tickets have been sold. The general admission and bleacher seats go on sale at noon tomorrow here at the stadium. There are still good seats available for the season finale Sunday afternoon at 2.
All right, Piniella will be the battle with Munson at first, 2 out in a scoreless ball game. Indians have 1 hit, the Yankees have 2. Greg Nettles on deck as Clyde checks Munson. Kicks, delivers to the plate way outside, ball 1. Alexander bluffing a throw to first. Two men out. Piniella batting .315. And Clyde's curve is low, ball 2. Piniella was leaning on the bat. That was a weird spot right there.
That was interesting. Of course, at times, those good hitters will take a pitch. I've seen them take a pitch with the bat out of their shoulder, but I've never seen them take a pitch leaning on the bat.
All right, 2-0 the count. Clyde sets. Fastball ripped to center field, but Manning going back makes the catch of a solid line drive. Manning made all 3 putouts that inning. No runs a hit, no errors, a man left at the end of 4. Indians nothing and the Yankees nothing.
Chinatown in New York City. It has a chemistry all its own, and nobody knows that chemistry better than Ben Louie.
I know everybody here, and they know me. The store owners, the old people, the kids.
Ben Louie is called by some the unofficial mayor of Chinatown. He's also called by Chemical Bank the branch manager of our Chinatown branch.
Because I know the people so well, I can do things for them that a stranger couldn't do. I can treat them like people, not numbers.
Hello, Ben Louie.
Hello, Charlie.
Ben Louie made me what I am today.
I can approve loans for local businessmen, like Charlie, without the usual red tape. By the way, if you're looking for a real good place to eat, Charlie owns a restaurant down the street. It's where the Chinese truck drivers go. I can also adjust my hours, because a lot of people in the neighborhood work in the garment center and don't get home till late Friday. So I stay open late.
Oh, that Ben Louie. I don't know where I'd be without him.
Hey, Charlie, whose commercial is this, yours or mine?
Ben Louie in Chinatown. One of the reasons the chemistry's just right at Chemical. Member FDIC.
Just wait till I get my hands on that Reggie.
Frank.
There won't be anything left.
Frank, wait. Before you do anything drastic, remember that Reggie set 9 new records. Remember his 5 home runs?
Well, this time he's really done it. That new candy bar of his is terrific.
New candy?
Sure, the Reggie bar, that chewy caramel, those crunchy peanuts, that smooth chocolatey coating. It's delicious.
I don't understand. What's wrong with that?
Well, nothing except just thinking about it makes me hungry. And I can't wait till break time so I can get my hands on...
Reggie bar.
No more orders are being accepted for the Yankee photo albums. If you have already sent in your order, please be patient. The response to the offer was tremendous, so we ask that you allow at least 4 weeks for delivery. Once again, no more orders are being accepted for the Yankee photo album. And Phil, Debbie Nicolosi did a nice job with those photo albums.
I tell you, Debbie does a fine job no matter what she does.
Right.
Good little Italian girl. All right, Alexander takes a curve low, ball 1. Alexander struck out his first time up. No score in the top of the 5th. The pitching duel between Jim Beattie and David Clyde. There's a fastball low, 2-0. Beattie winds, and the pitch, swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike. Told you Alexander has struck out 163 times this year. In this his 146th game, but he does have 26 homers. High and away, 3-1. Jim Beattie rocks back. The pitch, swing and a miss. 3-2. He just foul-tipped it into Munson's glove. Barely got a piece of it.
Phil, it's ironic as many times as Alexander strikes out or struck out this year that he would be the hitter to break up Mike Flanagan's no-hitter.
True. The payoff pitch. Line foul down the right side. Just barely missed, hitting the foul line. Lou Piniella will retrieve it. Lou had gone to his left, had hit the wall and kicked to his right. One thing we have noticed, Fran, though, Alexander's going a little more to right field. He used to try and pull everything.
Right, of course, this will cut down on strikeouts. What happens is they have to wait a little bit longer on the pitch, and it's tougher to fool a hitter when he waits longer. Most of your pull hitters, you can throw that breaking ball to and fool them.
Uh-huh.
Except, I think, Ted Williams.
There were a few. All right, it's 3-2 at Alexander. Nobody out, nobody on. The pitch, drive to deep center. Rivers going back. He's got room, though, near the track. Makes the catch, and there's one away. Alexander hit that ball hard. We'll pause 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
55 degrees and clear and chilly at 8:59. This is WYNS, New York.
Dwayne Kuiper bounced to third base his first time up. 1 man out, nobody on, no score, top of the 5th. Red Sox leading Toronto 8-0 in the 5th. Pitch to Kuiper, line, base hit, center field. Hit it right over the right shoulder of Beattie. Rivers up with it. And Kuiper has the second base hit given up by Beattie.
So here's a situation now where Torborg might start to run it with Briggs swinging the bat. Briggs can handle the bat pretty well, put the ball in play.
All right, and yet Kuiper has a bad stolen base record. He has stolen 4 bases and been caught 9 times. But as you say, they might try the hit and run. Stretch, throw to first, and Kuiper is back. Nettles is in on the grass. Dent shading Danny Briggs slightly towards second base. He'll be covering all the way. And the changeup gets away from Munson, and the run is going to go to second. It was a curve in the dirt, hit the ground, bounced away from Thurman. And a wild pitch is charged to Jim Beattie on a slow curve ball.
Phil, when you call that breaking ball, you have to anticipate the ball in the dirt. Munson got in front of the ball seemed to run up his arm and behind him, and of course, allowing Kuiper to get to second base. But anytime a catcher calls for a breaking ball, you have to anticipate the ball in the dirt. Therefore, it'll be easier to get down there and block it.
All right, the pitch, changeup is high, 2-0. Well, once again, the Yankees have to be careful. Left hand hitting Danny Briggs, and in back of him, Tom Verizon. Right hand hitting shortstop. Kuiper leads off second. Beatty's pitch is popped up to left field, moving in Roy White. Roy is there, makes the catch for the second out. Kuiper back to second, and the batter Tom Verizon, who had an infield hit in the third inning. After Beatty had retired 8 in a row, he hit one deep in the hole. Bucky Dent making a beautiful backhand catch, off-balance throw, true to Chambliss, but not quite in time. Verizon batting .269. He has helped make himself a much better hitter. Pitch to Verizon, line of right field, but curving foul and back into the seats. Oh, man, that had trouble written all over it. And that's one of the reasons he's made himself a better hitter, going to all fields with the pitch.
Right, this is true, Phil. He also choked up in a bat. He's really taken a stance similar to Dave Chalk with the California Angels. The Indians watched Chalk hit the ball early in the year and suggested to Verizon to choke up, try to hit the ball the other way.
All right, one strike. Beatty to the belt. The kick, and the pitch bounced right back to Beatty. He grabs it, underhands it to Chambliss. He didn't know quite whether to run over, throw it overhand, finally underhanded it. No runs, a hit, no errors. A man left at the end of 4.5. The Indians nothing and the Yankees nothing.
Hey, how about a bacon that cooks up crisp and lean every time you put it in the skillet? Great bacon. Great special cut bacon by Colonial. Special cut from the best part of the bacon for leanness and great taste. That's how Colonial makes sure that every time you get special cut bacon, you'll be serving the kind of quality and hearty flavor families love bacon for. So Sunday morning or any morning, serve the bacon that's always great. Special cut bacon. Cut from where the bacon is best so it tastes best. Colonial makes it.
Here's the throw. Here's the play at the plate. Holy cow, I think he's going to make it.
Paradise by the Dashboard Light. Who'd ever thought that a singer named Meatloaf would make an ex-shortstop named Rizzuto a rock and roll star? Well, it came as no surprise to the listeners of WNEW-FM. Long before the rest of the world caught up with Meatloaf's act, he was being served up regularly at 102.7. Whether it's Meatloaf trying to score, Paul Simon singing about a pitcher dropping dead in a night game, or heaven forbid, Earth Opera singing that the Red Sox are winning, baseball and rock and roll have always gone together on WNEW-FM. That's because rock music and baseball are both a vital part of the fabric of American life. And what the Yankees are to baseball, WNEW-FM is to rock and roll. The Sultan of Rock, the world champion of the airwaves. WNEW-FM, the big 102.7. Catch our number once, and you'll wind up a fan forever.
Greg Nettles gets a hanging curve a little bit out in front, drills it foul and hard down the right field line. Strike one. Nettles bounced to first base his first time up. Left-hander David Clyde. Kicks, and the fastball is low, 1-1.
So here's a guy that was a dead pull hitter up till this year. Now he's starting to hit the ball the other way. He's batting .274, about 25 points over his lifetime batting average.
That's for sure. Curve in the dirt, snatched by Alexander. 2 balls and a strike. Nettles asks Derwood Merrill to look at the ball. He does, and hands it back to Alexander. On deck, Chris Chambliss. Nobody out, nobody on. Fastball low, 3-1. It's a good pitch for Nettles to lay off. If he did swing, he'd have hit a ground ball to first or second. Time for a little bit of 904 lightning. Foul tip. He went after it. High fastball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So the payoff pitch now to Nettles. Ground ball up the middle. That'll be a base hit. with Dwayne Kuiper shading him over between first and second. Nettles hit one back through the middle. The Yankees pick up their third hit in the ball game, and for the first time in the ball game, get their leadoff man on in an inning. That brings up Chris Chambliss, who flied to right field his first time up. All right, Thornton holding the bag against Nettles. As Clyde comes down to the belt. Pitch to Chambliss. A line drive. Thornton's got it. Heads up play by Nettles. Holy cow, not many runners would have gotten back on that one, Fran.
No, they wouldn't, Phil. David Clyde threw that fastball inside on Chambliss. Chambliss broke his bat, but hit a line drive at the first baseman, Andre Thornton. Most of the time when the ball is hit, you break 2 or 3 steps towards second base. Nettles broke 1 step, dove back to first base, and beat Thornton.
Beautiful fadeaway belly slide by Greg Nettles, so the Yankees stay alive here with a runner at first, only 1 out. And now Roy White, who bounced to third his first time up. I tell you got to be on your toes. Can't take anything for granted. Pitch by Clyde is in there, strike 1 call. On deck, Bucky Dent. Nettles leads away. And the 1-0 pitch, no, the 0-1 pitch is in there, strike 2, 0-2.
Phil, if you notice, the catcher Alexander, after he gives the sign, he shifts to the area he wants the ball. Nettles is the type of player to relay that to Roy White. Give him an idea where to look for the pitch.
All right, the 2-strike pitch. And he jammed him again. This one will be back out of play over the Yankee dugout into the crowd, just 2 rows back. Still 0-2. All 3 pitches on the inside part of the plate to Roy White. Oh, how many times can David Clyde do that in a row without making a mistake? One man out. Bottom of the 5th, no score. Indians and the Yankees. They play again tomorrow afternoon and Sunday afternoon. Stretch by David Clyde. And his pitch outside and high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outfield straight away on Roy White. Switch hitter batting right-handed against the lefty David Clyde. Clyde comes down to the belt. And the pitch. Bouncing ball. Bell to his left. Has it. Goes to second. 1. Back to first. Double play. A beautiful double play. Pulled off around the horn. For the Yankees, no runs, a hit, no errors. Nobody left at the end of 5. Indians nothing and the Yankees nothing.
Got a load to pick up truck. Gotta share a ride to work.
Gotta drop the groceries off, but first I've gotta stop and go.
People, all kinds of people, more than a million a day. Keep their lives moving on by making a stop along the way. Echo, the stop that keeps America going.
Every day, over 1 million people stop at Gulf for gasolines they know they can depend on. You can make your gasoline go further by following these tips from Gulf. Keep your engine tuned up. Combine your trips by doing as many things as you can at one time. Use carpools. Join friends and neighbors when you shop or go to work. And, of course, keep your speed down. Driving is important, but so is the need to conserve gasoline. So use it wisely, and when it's time, stop at Gulf.
The stop that keeps America going.
Hey, Frank, let's talk about Reggie.
Well, Bill, the man's great. He had 5 home runs and 1 World Series.
Frank?
He set 9 new records.
No, Frank.
Yes, he did, and he tied 4 others.
No, Frank, I meant let's talk about Reggie, the new candy hit. You've only got 44 of them in your pocket.
Oh, you mean this, Reggie? Well, they're great, too. I love that chewy caramel, those crunchy peanuts, that smooth chocolatey coating.
But, Frank, 44 of them?
Why not? If they're good enough to be named after Reggie Jackson, they're good enough for me.
Too good, Frank.
55 degrees and clear and chilly at 9:10, WYNS 1010 New York. The top stories right now. The nationwide rail strike ends as union vows to a federal judge's back-to-work order. Cardinals to return to Rome to elect a new pope following Pope John Paul's death after only 34 days as pontiff. The striking pressmen agree to reopen talks with the Times and News, and the deliverymen reach a tentative agreement with the Post. And Judge bars all reporters, men and women, from Yanks' locker room until players are showered and dressed.
All right, Rick Manning leads off against Jim Beattie, and the curve is low, ball one. Manning is fly to left and bounced to short. It's the top of the Indian order for their third look at Beattie. No score, top of the sixth. Fastball bounced to first. Chambliss will take it himself. Nice easy out to start the inning off. 3 unassisted. And that will bring up Jim Norris. Norris is flying to left and walked. And on deck, Buddy Bell. Norris, a left-hand batter. Beattie kicks, delivers, and it's a little bit low, ball one. Had to be low. It split the heart of the plate. Beattie's next pitch, high and tight, 2-0. The 2-0 pitch is hit in the air, straight away center, though. Rivers started back, comes in. Mickey's there, makes the catch. And there are 2 away here in the top of the sixth. You think this is not tight baseball? Even though the Indians are out of it, they want to beat the Yankees.
Still first base coach Rocky Calavito told me the Indians got up for the Red Sox and also the Yankees here in September.
There's no doubt about it. Buddy Bell, fly to right, sacrifice, takes a pitch inside, ball one. Bell batting .286. Towhead batting right-handed. And Beattie's pitch fouled out of play down the right side, back into the crowd. You didn't hear what happened to me last night after the game, did you?
No.
I walk out in the parking lot, and I see this big guy with a Boston T-shirt on in a yellow slicker, and as I start walking for my car, he throws a whole mug of beer all over me.
Come on.
I'm not kidding you. A broken bat fly ball to center. Rivers coming in, though, and makes the catch. I'll tell you about it later. 3 up, 3 down. And at the end of 5.5, the Indians nothing and the Yankees nothing.
You and your 78...
All right, Fran Healy. Bucky Dent takes a curve in the dirt, ball one. Bucky bounced to short his first time up. We got a scoreless ball game going here in the bottom of the sixth. Pitchers have been in command. The Indians with 2 hits, the Yankees with 3, but no runs have crossed home plate. Bouncer, Buddy Bell knocks it down. He won't get him. And Dent is on. That ball caromed off the chest of Buddy Bell. There's a big break for the Yankees. It was a hard-hit ground ball and in-between hop. That Buddy Bell, we're waiting for the official scorer. It should be an error, really, but we'll wait and see how generous. And it is an error charged to Buddy Bell. Not much you can do on a ball like that, Fran Healy. Hits a clump of dirt, doesn't hit your glove.
Right, and of course they scored an error. You were an infielder.
Yep.
You would accept it.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, you
Not gracefully. I'd make motions to the official scorer and touch my chest, never hit the glove. All right, Mickey Rivers up. Bell comes in at third. Pitch to Mickey. He squares, bunts down the first base line. And Alexander catches it and throws to first for the out. A beautiful play by Alexander. Had he let it go, it would have gone foul. But he grabbed it in midair and fired over Mickey's head to Andre Thornton. Or did Dwayne Kuiper make that play? That was so fast.
Dwayne Kuiper.
All right, a sacrifice for Mickey Rivers from 2 to 4. Moving to second, though, is Bucky Dent. And the batter now, Willie Randolph. Bucky a little disgusted right now. He turns around, sees that they had given Buddy Bell an error on his hard ground ball. Willie Randolph walked, fly to center. Clyde sets. Pitch to Willie, foul back and out of play. 1 strike on Randolph. Willie leads the Yankees in base on balls. He has 82 on the year. Clyde exchanges baseballs. To get back to that story, Fran Healy, this Huckleberry threw the beer all over me. And the police down there were really on the ball. They saw him do it. Grabbed him, brought him in the parking lot. and asked if I wanted to prefer charges. I was so mad, but I still said, no, I don't want to see the kid, go to jail. There's a foul upstairs and not a play. But I asked him why he did it, and he said, I listen to you do the Yankee games, and after listening to you, you make me think that the Yankees can walk on water.
So he threw some.
If it was water, I wouldn't mind. I went home, I smelled like a brewery.
Oh.
Doris said, where you been all night? I thought you were at the ball game. I tell you, it was terrible. That's the maddest I've been. 0-2 the count. Pitch to Randolph. Curve, strike three on a beautiful change-up curveball. Had Randolph off stride. And Clyde chalks up his third strikeout of the ball game. The batter now, Thurman Munson, who has hit into a double play and singled. And now Alexander goes out to talk with Clyde, with Reggie Jackson due up next.
And Phil, Clyde's not the type of pitcher that can pitch carefully to a hitter. He has to either go after the hitter or put him on.
All right, let's see what Jeff Torborg has in mind as Alexander looks over there. And they're going to put him on.
If Alexander stays out there and catches a ball, that'll be a catcher's balk.
It would be, but he was trying to get David Clyde's eye because Clyde hadn't quite seen the intentional sign. Now he throws outside. So Munson will be on, and Reggie Jackson, who so many times this year in clutch situations has come through. See if he's got another one left in him.
And Phil, of course, this can be a good move. It can also be a bad move. If Clyde makes a mistake on Jackson, he can pop the ball in the seats and get you 3 quick runs. Of course, it's always more difficult to pop that ball in left field for the right-handed swinging Munson.
All right, Munson goes to first base. Dead is at second. 2 men are out. Reggie Jackson, the batter. We're in the bottom of the 6th. No score. Reggie steps back away from home plate. He'll meditate a little bit. No score. Reggie still with his head down, not ready yet. Now he steps in, taps the bat on home plate. The stretch by David Clyde. And the pitch to Jackson, fouled back, and he got away with a pitch there. Reggie fouled it off the upper deck. And now Clyde again wants to exchange baseballs. 1 strike on Reggie. 2 out, 2 on. Clyde gets the sign from Alexander. Comes to the belt. And the pitch, fastball high and outside, 1-1. Again, Reggie steps out of the batter's box. Gets back in very slowly. Clyde checks the sign. Comes down to the belt. And the pitch, foul back to the screen. Reggie had 2 good cuts at 2 good fastballs, but got underneath both of them. Now Clyde takes a little stroll back on the grass. Goes to his mouth with his fingers. Now walks back up on the mound. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 men on. Lou Piniella on deck. Here's the set by David Clyde. Runners lead away. The kick, the pitch, struck him out. High, tight fastball. So the Yankees couldn't take advantage of the error. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 2 men left. At the end of 6, the Indians nothing and the Yankees nothing.
Say, what's another name for action, Bill?
Oh, that's easy, Frank. Yoo-hoo.
Right. Yoo-hoo chocolate drink.
And Yoo-hoo keeps your action up.
And it's got a super chocolate taste. Rich chocolatey chocolate.
Great frosty refreshment.
Best of all, Yoo-hoo's made with nourishing low-fat milk. Ordinary soft drinks are made with water. Yoo-hoo adds milk.
And that's what makes Yoo-hoo better.
Like Yogi says, if you like chocolate, you're going to love Yoo-hoo.
Try Yoo-hoo chocolate drink from Iroquois Brands.
Yoo-hoo, the action drink for action people.
When do you say Budweiser? Whenever the moment is right for a great beer. When do you say Budweiser? Whenever the good times are moving to right here. After the work is done, while you're still having fun, anytime's the right time to say it. When do you say Budweiser? Bud's a beer for any time at all. When do you say Budweiser? The smile on your face tells the world what you're thinking. 'Cause when you say Budweiser, the number one beer is what you'll be drinking. After the work is done, while you're still having fun, the king of beers is waiting for your call. When you say Budweiser, you say it all.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Okay, Andre Thornton will lead it off here for the Cleveland Indians, the top of the 7th inning. A pitcher's duel, Beatty and Clyde. Yankees with 3 hits, the Indians with 2, and there's no runs for either ball club. Beatty's first pitch to Thornton, a curveball, down, strike 1. Now here at the play-by-play, Mr. Frank Messer.
Hi, Fran Healy. Thank you very much, and good evening, everybody, wherever you might be listening to New York Yankee baseball. We hope you're enjoying your evening. Scoreless ball game. Here in the top half of the 7th, Thornton is struck out and grounded out, 0 for 2. Beatty delivers, low outside with a breaking ball. One ball, one strike, no score. And a breaking ball is swung on and missed. A ball and 2 strikes to Andy Thornton. Thornton, for a guy who's a power hitter, 32 homers, 103 runs batted in, does not strike out that often. He's very selective, good eye at the plate. Find very often home runs and the strikeouts go hand in hand, but Thornton really is an exception. Beatty's 1-2 pitch to him. Check swing and a slow outside, 2-2. Even though Thornton has struck out once in this ball game tonight, all year long he has struck out only 70 times with 89 walks. 2-2 pitch to him. Ball 3 outside. They're in the 7th inning at Fenway. The Red Sox are leading 8-0. Wearing the Blue Jays out. Got the feathers clipped. Time Blue Jays start migrating. 3-2 pitch. Struck him out. Beatty got him with a fastball.
Now let's take 20 seconds for our local stations to identify themselves.
55 degrees, clear and chilly at 9:25. WINS 1010 New York. The top stories right now. The nationwide rail strike ends as union bows to a federal judge's back-to-work order. Catholic cardinals to return to Rome to elect a new pope following Pope John Paul's death after only 34 days as pontiff.
Wayne Cage, the batter, takes high for a ball. Cage has struck out twice tonight. Beatty has struck out 6 men. Next pitch, foul back to the left side in the upper deck. Beatty has struck out 6 and he has walked 1. So far has allowed only 2 base hits, an infield single by Tommy Verizor and a center field single by Dwayne Kuiper. The 1-1 deal, high outside. In the last 2 ball games now between the Yankees and the Indians, covering 15 out of third innings, the Indians have 4 base hits total, and Dwayne Kuiper has 3 of them. The 2-1 pitch, low and inside, ball 3. Kuiper got the only 2 hits off Ron Guidry last Sunday, the last time these teams met, and he's had 1 of the 2 hits off Beatty in this game. 3-1 pitch, foul back, 3-2. Well, as I was coming over here from the TV booth, I heard the announcement made on new procedures for the press in the Yankee clubhouse. 3-2 pitch, foul back. The legitimate reporters holding clubhouse passes will be allowed in immediately after the game for 15 minutes only. Then they will have to vacate the clubhouse for a half an hour, and then they can return. Evidently, that half an hour will give the players a chance to shower and dress. 3-2 pitch. Foul back. Beatty winds again. 3-2 to Cage. Struck him out. Strike 3 is called. It is lost by Munson. Cage turned around to argue. Now he goes down to first, and Munson throws him out. A strikeout 2-3. Beatty has struck out 7. Cage may argue when he comes back by home plate now. Well, just in passing, he has a few words to say to Derwood Merrill. 7 strikeouts for Beatty. 2 in this inning. In the second, he struck out the side. Fran?
And Frank, in a ball game like this, the umpire will take a little bit more than usual. Be reluctant to throw a player out of a ball game, such a crucial ball game for both the Yankees and the Red Sox.
All right, the batter is Gary Alexander. He has struck out and flied to center. The right-hand hitter takes outside. Alexander has hit 26 home runs this year with 82 runs batted in. And he's on the other side of the coin from Andy Thornton. Alexander has struck out 163 times this year. Breaking ball is over for a called strike, and it's 1-1. Alexander up in Cleveland was trying to hit the ball to right field. But first couple of times up tonight, he tried to pull again. He pulls this one on the ground, a short, big hop to Bucky Dent, and then throws him out with a low throw that Chambliss had to go down to the dirt for. At the end of 6.5, it's the Yankees nothing and Cleveland nothing.
People use our money to get the most out of life.
To kids, the end of summer means going back to school. To parents, it means back-to-school expenses. Well, a loan from Household Finance could help. For things like new school clothes or tuition, come on into HFC. We'd like to help make school days a little easier. HFC, an equal opportunity lender.
Come on into HFC. Rico helps you do it better. Do it better with Rico.
Fabulous fall savings await you in every department of your Rickle Home Center. So stop in today and take a good look around. You'll now save $15 to $30 on any in-stock vanity not already on sale. 9 beautiful decorator styles to choose from in widths from 20 to 26 inches. Vanities with all wood or laminated bases with cultured marble tops. They're sure to beautify your bathroom, and the savings just can't be beat. So stop into the fabulous fall sale and spruce up your home for less. Quality, value, and selection. Your Rickle Home Center has it all.
You do it better with Rico. Rico helps you do it better with Rico.
This great Rickle sale ends tomorrow, so hurry into Rickle and save. Okay, Lou Piniella steps in to face David Clyde. Bottom of the 7th, no score. Indians and the Yankees. Nettles will follow Piniella, and then it'll be Chambliss. Frank?
Lou singled his first time up. He has now hit in 10 straight games. Second time up, he lined out hard to the center fielder, Rick Manning. David Clyde winds, and the first pitch. Outside, ball 1. The Yankee hitters wait Clyde out, don't swing at that curveball that he can't seem to get in the strike zone. They sit on the fastball as Medalla hits one on the ground to the shortstop, and Verizor handled a tricky hop and threw him out. Kid Clyde has seemed to have trouble with his breaking balls. Can't throw it where he wants to tonight, Fran.
Right, Frank, and of course you said it. If you can wait on the ball, if you can take that first pitch and have him fall behind with the breaking ball, and then sit on the heat, sit on that fastball, make him throw the fastball. And of course, most major league hitters, good fastball hitters. If you can get the breaking ball over, you can win an awful lot of ball games.
Greg Nettles up, and the fastball is out of the strike zone. If he throws Greg a fastball in the strike zone, it might be a 1-0 ball game Yankees. Folks out there on the bleachers, now in the lower stands in right field, got themselves all set. Here's the pitch, and it is foul back on the left side. That pitch was a bit away from Greg.
Right, Frank. They're trying to keep the ball away from Nettles. Last time up, Clyde made a good pitch on Nettles. Nettles hit the ball right up the middle. I mentioned earlier in the broadcast the reason Nettles is batting 25 points higher than his batting average, his major league batting average, is because he's been hitting the ball to left field.
1-1 deal. He curved him inside, and Nettles fouled it back. That was not a good pitch to swing at.
Well, it was a hanging breaking ball, Frank. At times what happens is you start, You see the ball hanging, so instead of that nice fluid swing where you'll hit that home run, you try to muscle up. You get a little bit tense, you try to hit the ball a little bit too hard, and you will consequently foul the ball back.
And now Clyde can nibble on Greg a little bit if he wants to. The left-hander winds, and the 1-2 pitch. To him a fastball, it's line to center, base hit. I don't understand that pitch. He tried to throw the fastball by Nettles. That's like trying to sneak the hot dog vendor through the bleachers out there in center field.
Very good point, Frank. Well, the ball, another good pitch, but a fastball. Nettles, a great fastball hitter, hit a shot into center field.
So Greg is on, one gone. Chris Chandler steps in, takes down low for a ball. Chris is lined out both times up to the right fielder and the first baseman. Hit the ball hard both times, but right at somebody. Now they move the right fielder, Briggs, more towards center, taking him away from the corner. Here's the pitch, and it's over for a strike. It's 1-1. Nettles down at first. Big stretch by David Clyde. He checks Nettles with a look, and the pitch. Low and away, a nice play by Alexander. You know something, Fran Healy, that surprised me? In his ball game last Saturday, David Clyde pitched the entire ball game. Tonight he's pitched here into the 7th inning, and he has yet to make a throw to first base.
Right, it was Bill White brought that up earlier in the broadcast, and a good point.
Here's a pitch, taken high. Chambliss took the stride, but held back on the swing. The count is 3-1. And now, folks out there in the seats are tensing up again. A couple of fans put the gloves on. Stand by, be ready. 3-1 pitch, and he popped it up. On the left side, Buddy Bell gets under it at third base and makes the catch. He came in with a fastball, and Chambliss popped it up. There are 2 down, a runner at first, and Roy White, the batter. Roy twice has grounded out to the third baseman, Buddy Bell. Once into a double play. Indians had turned over 2 double plays. One very strange. Here's the pitch. Curve misses, ball 1. In the first inning, Randolph walked with 1 out. He was running on the first pitch to Munson. Thurman grounded it down to third. Fielded by Bell. He threw to second, and there was Verizon, the shortstop, covering. They turned the double play 5-6-3. Very unusual. 1-0 pitch. Line to center field. Manning coming on and picks it off. At the end of 7, it's the Yankees nothing and Cleveland nothing.
The day is done. It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind. So just say, bud. Hey, if you're doing what I'm doing right now, having a cold bud, then you really know what the fine art of relaxing is all about. Because when you say Budweiser, you said it all. Anheuser-Busch St. Louis.
There's 2 things I remember about 58. I spent more on oil for my hair than on oil from a car. And I bought my first Chevy.
You can't buy a better plug than Champion.
It's also the year I started using Champions. Now in 66, I remember 2 more things. A silver Corvette and a redhead named Georgette.
No matter where you are, it's Champion.
This year I got myself a Chevy wagon and 4 more things to remember. Billy Jr., Billy Joe, Billy Jean, and Billy Bob. I've had a lot of different kinds of Chevys over the years, but one kind of spark plug, Champion.
You can't buy a better plug for any kind of car than Champion. Champion. You can't buy a better plug no matter where you are than Champion. Champion's #1 in the world. #1 in your car.
Did I forget someone? Did I forget Billy Jack?
Okay, on the scoreboard, it's Boston 8, Toronto nothing. That's after 6 innings of play in Fenway Park. Detroit 3, Baltimore 1, in middle of the 6th inning in Detroit. Kansas City 3, Minnesota nothing. A tune-up for the playoffs, I'm sure, for the Royals. That's after 3 innings. Chicago at California, Milwaukee at Oakland, Texas at Seattle, all later starts. Frank?
All right, Fran Healy. Dwayne Kuiper steps in, takes a curve low from Beatty, ball one. Kuiper is 1 for 2, and he's now hit in 9 consecutive games. Left-hand batter chokes up, steps away from a low inside pitch, 2-0.
Frank, this guy's a good ball player. He's a very good second baseman. As a hitter, he's got that short stroke. He puts the ball in play.
They play him very shallow in the outfield, and Beatty gets a pitch over knee-high. Kuiper argues with the plate umpire, Derwin Merrill, on the call. Roy White plays him way over tight to the foul line and left. Rivers shallow and toward left of center. Pinella pretty much straight away. And the pitch is a call, strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Kuiper's talking to himself. He hadn't believed either one of those strike calls. Dan Briggs is on deck. And then Tom Verizza, the lower third of the batting order. The windup, 2-2 pitch. Bouncing ball back to Beatty. He's got it on the second hop and throws to first in time.
Frank, in the National League, the Mets won the first ball game of 3-2 over the Chicago Cubs. They dropped the second one 5-4. Pittsburgh won the first ball game over the Phillies 5-4. In the second ball game, the Phillies out in front 1-0 after 2 innings. Cincinnati Reds scored 9 runs. They lead the Atlanta Braves 9-0 after 5.
Briggs takes a rip and fouls one off. Left-hand hitter, batting 171. Tonight he has struck out and flied to left. Beatty ready to work the 1-strike pitch to him, and he swings and misses. Strike 2.
San Francisco at Houston, a later start.
All right, Fran, very important doubleheader for the Phillies and the Pirates. More so for the Pirates than the Phils. In the dirt, ball and 2 strikes. Next game the Phillies win, they'll start whistling in the hounds. 1 ball, 2-strike pitch. Bouncer to short. Bucky Dent has it near second base and throws low again, but Chambliss digs it up. Second time Dent has made low throws on routine ground balls, and Chambliss has gone down for both of them.
Frank, I'm sure what runs through the infielder's mind out there is you have to keep the ball low enough where if you're going to make a bad throw in Yankee Stadium, make a bad throw low, because if it's too high, it could go into the seats here.
Tommy Verizza up. Swings and fouls one upstairs. Beatty has now retired 10 men in a row since a single by Kuiper in the 5th inning. Beatty has struck out 7 men, walked only 1, and allowed 2 base hits. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled off. Pitch got him in on the hand. Strike 2. No score here. Indians have 2 hits. The Yankees have 4. Beatty ready with the 0-2 deal. And it's hit out toward right center, and that's going to be trouble. Past Pinella to the wall. Verizza running hard to second base and stops as the throw comes into Willie Randolph, who relays back to Bucky Dent on the infield. A 2-base hit. The first extra base hit of the ball game.
Frank Beatty threw Verizza a ball out over the plate. Verizza, an improved hitter, slapped that ball to right center field. On the line, Pinella could not catch up with the ball. Couple hops and hit the wall. Rivers quickly retrieved that ball, made a perfect throw to the cutoff man.
Very important to hit the cutoff man when you throw it in from the outfield. Runner at second, 2 outs. Rick Manning up. And he lines one. That's going to be a base hit and a run. Rivers cuts it off in the gap, throws back to the infield, and the Indians lead 1-0. A single, a run batted in for Rick Manning, and the Indians are out in front 1-0. Tell you somebody watching this ball game the other night, Fran Healy. Veteran scout, fine gentleman, Mr. Dutch Dotterer. He signed Rick Manning. Dutch was then scouting for the Indians. He now scouts for the New York Yankees, and he told me before the game he's very happy with the changeover to the Yankees. He's in the stand somewhere tonight. Saw his protege drive in the game's first run.
He was instrumental in signing me also, Frank.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he scouted me when I was in high school. After he gave the okay, they sent him to the eye doctor and got a new set of glasses. But I saw him downstairs before the ball game. Yes, he scouted me in high school. And from upper state New York.
Up in Syracuse. He lives in Syracuse now.
In the bullpen for the Yankees right now, Rich Gossage.
All right, the Indians have broken through. It's a 1-0 lead. Little talk out at the mound, and now Jim Norris will step in. Left-hand hitter, runner at first. Beatty throws over there, no play. There are 2 outs. Beatty got the first 2 hitters on ground balls, and then Verizon laced a double to the wall in right center, and Manning followed with a single. Another throw to first. And again, Manning gets back. Manning has stolen 12 bases, but he's been thrown out 11 times. Not a good average. Here's a pitch coming, and it's a strike on the inside corner. As Beatty delivered to the plate, Manning broke back to first base. Another throw over to first, Manning back. Rick Manning is from Niagara Falls, and folks up that way hear our broadcast from Yankee Stadium. Throw over there again. He gets back. Well, the Phillies lead the Pirates 1-0. That's in the 4th inning at Pittsburgh in the 2nd game. Right here, the Indians lead 1-0. Beatty makes another throw over to first on Manning. Of course, unlike tonight, if the Yankees win or lose, the American League race is not over. If the Phillies beat the Pirates, their race is over. Divisional race. The 0-1 pitch, way outside. Phillies' magic number is 2, but of course they're playing the Pirates, so a Philly win would reduce the number to 0. If the Pirates should by any chance sweep that series, they'd have to play the Cincinnati Reds a playoff game, I believe, or makeup game. 1-1 pitch, Manning goes outside. Munson's throw to second base. He's out at second. Bucky Dent got him on a good throw from Munson. At the end of 7 1/2, it's Cleveland 1, New York 0.
It's not one thing, it's another. Now it's a transmission. I hate you. Hate. Deep hatred.
Before you completely give up on your car, come to Amco Transmissions. Last year, we reunited more owners with their cars than any other transmission specialist. And we got 1 out of 3 of them going again with only minor repairs. At Amco, we'll put you and your car back together again.
I take back everything I said about you.
Plymouth announces a breakthrough in American automobiles. New Plymouth Horizon, the car you can drive in comfort and confidence on any kind of road.
Horizon can handle it.
Horizon gives you superb traction and stability in rain, in wind, in snow, because it's the first American-made car of its size with front-wheel drive. Horizon is loaded with standard features like rack and pinion steering, front disc brakes, AM radio, white wall radial tires, and front bucket seats. And the EPA estimated a manual transmission Horizon at 38 miles per gallon highway 25 city. Your mileage may differ. And Horizon is base priced at just $37.06, excluding taxes and destination charges. No wonder Motor Trend magazine is named Plymouth Horizon the car of the year. Anytime you want to go anywhere in comfort and confidence, relax. Horizon can handle it.
Okay, the Yankees will send a pinch hitter to the plate. Bottom of the 8th inning will be Cliff Johnson. He will be hitting for Bucky Dent. The score here at Yankee Stadium, the Indians 1, the Yankees nothing. Frank?
Well, Bucky Dent, a .245 hitter. Cliff Johnson is batting .184. Evidently, skipper Bob Levin's thinking about the chances of a home run to tie this ball game up and take it from there. Well, Cliff Johnson digs himself a toe hole. Time is held up for him. David Clyde has been taken downtown only 4 times all year in 153 innings. Only 4 home runs he's given up. Left-hander winds, and the pitch to Johnson outside.
Frank, that's an interesting statistic because David Clyde pitches in a hitter's ballpark. Cleveland, a good park to hit in.
Without a doubt. Cleveland used to be probably the toughest park in the American League. Then they put fences up. 1-0 pitch. Ball too low outside. The wind on the 2-0 delivery. Johnson swings, lines it. Foul ball to left field. It just to the left side of the foul line. That would have been maybe a double had it been a fair ball. But a shot to the left field corner and just foul.
There's now the decision for the catcher, Alexander, here. 2 balls and 1 strike. You come back with the fastball that Johnson just hammered? Or do you throw the breaking ball? Clyde having problems getting the breaking ball over.
Of course, that entered into Lem's thinking, I'm sure, too, when he sent Johnson up there. Knowing that Clyde all game long has had trouble controlling that curveball and has had to come in with a fastball. So far, the Yankees have not been able to handle it. The 2-1 pitch. He takes it for a call, strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and now Johnson will argue.
Frank, it was a fastball. Looked like the ball tailed away, down away from Johnson. Of course, that would be different grip on the fastball. If you're going to throw it inside, you would have to adjust the grip.
Well, Johnson still yakking away at the plate umpire, Durwood Merrill. 2 big Texans down there arguing. Shucks, Durwood. Well, doggone it, Cliff, get back in there. Well, shoot.
Are those the exact words?
Yep. Reading the lips. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Johnson steps out. Merrill calls time for him. Johnson is the leadoff hitter here in the 8th. Cleveland leads 1-0. Clyde's pitch. He takes it high on a check swing. 3-2.
Of course, if he throws the breaking ball now, Frank, big chance he's taking. 2-2. He threw the pitch he could control the best, the fastball. No reason why he should change now.
All right, so what's Johnson looking for now? The fastball?
Of course, it's tough when you have 3-2 to look for anything, but I'd sit on that fastball right now.
He throws it high, and Johnson draws a walk. So the big guy gets on, and that'll bring Torborg out. And with Mickey Rivers coming up, we'll see what Torborg has in mind. He's got his bullpen working.
And Fred Stanley grabs a helmet. He'll go out and run for Big Cliff Johnson. A big walk right there for the Yankees. Because it's the bottom of the 8th. Time is short. The Indians won, the Yankees nothing. And Torborg stays on the mound. Stanley goes to first. Johnson comes in with a round of applause, and we'll take a break in the action with the score. The Cleveland Indians 1, the New York Yankees nothing.
This is Mel Allen. If you think a Reggie Jackson home run travels far, Emory travels over 250,000 miles a day. Because they're on every key flight of every airline that carries freight, with a fleet of charter planes waiting in the wings. And that's what makes Emory the Air Force in air freight.
All right, good move putting Stanley in there to run for Johnson. Fred's going to have to come on to play shortstop anyway. We might as well get a little more speed on the base pass. We'll see now what Rivers does. Bell down the line at third. Here's the pitch to the quick, and he takes a strike. Squared off and took a fastball over, strike 1.
Frank, in a situation like this, Rivers wants to make Thornton field the ball because Bell is a good infielder. He can get that force play at second base.
With dead on, virtue of an error, Rivers sacrificed in the 6th. 0-1 pitch. He drags the butt past the mound. He will be thrown out by Thornton on a good play to Kuiper covering. Boy, what a play by Thornton. When he got that ball by the mound, Thornton, quick as a cat, went back and got it and threw him out. It is a sacrifice. 3-4. A fine play by Andy Thornton, I thought.
Yes, it was, Frank. An excellent play by Andre Thornton. And a very good play by Kuiper. Kuiper very quickly got over to first base to catch that ball. Right now, Torborg goes back to the mound. And I've got to believe he'll bring in the ace right-hander, Jim Kern. Of course, Kern will have to face Willie Randolph and then Thurman Munson. He's got a left-hander out there in the bullpen throwing, probably Sid Manji.
That's right.
It is Sid Manji, and he'll end up in this ball game sooner or later to face the left-handers in the Yankee lineup. Jackson, Nettles, and Chambliss. Of course, in between those left-handers, you have Sweet Lou Piniella. And we'll take a look at the scoreboard as Kern jogs across the outfield grass. Middle of the 8th inning in Boston. The Red Sox 8, The Blue Jays, nothing. Dick Drago on in relief of Bob Stanley. After 7 innings in Detroit, it's the Tigers 3, the Orioles 1. Nice round of applause here in New York for left-hander David Clyde. Quite a comeback. A phenom with the Texas Rangers. Had some arm troubles, had some personal problems, got himself together, and now he's back in the major leagues. We'll be right back, right after this.
The day is done. Coming home. It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind. Welcome home. So just say bud. Say bud. And pour the king of beers and settle back and please yourself. No matter what you do, no matter when or where. You know a glass of bud is like an easy chair. When you say Budweiser, you said it all. When you say Budweiser, you said it all. When you say Budweiser, you said it all. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Okay, some more American League scores. Kansas City 3, Minnesota nothing after 4. Dennis Leonard, fine young man, going for his 21st victory on the year. Chicago at California, Milwaukee at Oakland, Texas at Seattle. Later starts. In the National League, New York 3, Chicago 2, the first game of 2. In the second game, Chicago 5, New York 4. Right here in New York, the score. The Indians 1, the Yankees nothing. The Yankees with a runner on second base, Fred Stanley, who pinch ran for Cliff Johnson after a walk to Johnson to lead the inning off. Is on second base. And Willie Randolph steps in to face the big right-hander with the Cleveland Indians, Jim Kern. On deck, Thurman Munson. Frank?
All right, big hitter right now for the Yankees, Willie Randolph. Kern has 110 and saved 13 in 57 relief appearances prior to this. He averages a strikeout an inning, just about. 95 Ks, 99 innings. And he starts Randolph off with an off-speed breaking ball up high, ball 1. Willie looking for the fastball, but the pitch was out of the strike zone. Kern, tall, slender, young man. Checks second for Stanley. Checks again. 1-0 pitch now to Willie. Bounced to third base. Fairbound Bell fell down. The ball got by him. No play anywhere. Runners first and second. And Randolph has grabbed his hamstring on the left leg as he crossed first base. Randolph has grabbed the hamstring area or the knee.
He's grabbing the knee area now and also the hamstring area.
Willie Randolph pulled something going down the line. We were watching the ball being hit down the third baseline. Buddy Bell looked like he'd field and throw him out, and the ball took a little skid, and Bell, trying to move for the ball, fell down. The ball got by him, but Randolph is hurt.
Frank, it does not look good for the Yankee second baseman. He's had problems with that leg before. The Yankee players on the dugout steps looking out at Willie Randolph, so very important to this Yankee machine.
Randolph's got to come out of the ball game. Trainer Gene Monahan and manager Bob Levin are out there. Randolph walking very gingerly as he comes back toward the dugout. At first, Fran, he reached down, he grabbed the hamstring area on the left leg. Then, as you mentioned, he grabbed his knee. And then he went back to the hamstring, so I just don't know. We'll possibly get a report. They're going to put Brian Doyle out there as a runner for him, and Doyle will stay in the ball game to play second base. They'll give Doyle a chance to loosen up. He does wind sprint down the foul line in right field. That was scored as a base hit for Willie Randolph. Brian Doyle running for Randolph. Runners at first and second. Stanley was unable to advance on the ball hit down the third base line. He stayed right where he was at second. So Doyle is at first, Stanley at second, and Thurman Munson is the key man right now for the Yankees. Rocky Colavito up on the dugout steps, directing the defense. They bunch the center fielder and the left fielder. put a big gap in right center field for Thurman Munson. They close him up on the left side and leave the right center field area wide open. Here's the pitch. Curveball is lined to right center field. That's going to be in for the base hit. Here comes Stanley. It's a tie ball game. Doyle stopped at second.
A big base hit for the Yankees. Thurman Munson, the captain of the New York Yankees, once again, a clutch base hit. Kern got the ball up and out over the plate, and Munson drilled a hard single into center field. Rick Manning catching that ball on the first hop, had no play at home plate as Fred the Chicken Stanley came across to score. A tough out in a clutch situation. Thurman Munson. Munson rises to the occasion once again. That'll bring up Reggie Jackson, another man who loves a situation like this. Many key hits throughout this last month of the season. Frank, I'll be surprised if Torborg does not go to his bullpen. But it looks like he's going to stay with Kern. Kern struck Jackson out in Cleveland on a slow break after setting him up with the slow stuff. He struck him out with a hard fastball. Now let's pause 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
55 degrees clear and chilly. At 10 o'clock, this is WYNS New York.
Reggie fouls one back as Kern got the fastball in on his hand. Strike one. I'll tell you, they really opened up that gap in right center field for Munson. That was just like putting a pot of honey on an ant farm. He jumped in there with both feet and lined that pitch into right center field to drive in the tying run. Now Brian Doyle, the lead runner, is at second. Munson at first. One out. One strike on Reggie, who has struck out twice in this game. A pitch to him. Inside, a fastball again. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Yankees have tied it up 1-1 here in the 8th. 2 on, 1 gone. The set, the pitch. Swing and a miss. A ball and 2 strikes on Jackson. Lou Piniella is on deck. Back in the 6th inning, they walked Munson intentionally to pitch to Jackson, and Clyde then struck him out. Reggie is up here now with runners at first and second and 1 away. Munson has tied it. Jackson will try to put the Yankees ahead. Kern holds the set. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball through to right side. Base hit. Doyle is being waved home. And the throw goes to third base. Cut off by Verizon. The Yankees lead 2-1.
Frank, once again, Jackson comes through with another big hit. Here comes Torborg out of the dugout. Jackson did not hit the ball that well. He put it in play, got it through the infield, made Briggs field the ball. Munson going to third base. Brian Doyle scoring another big hit for Reggie Jackson. Munson with a clutch single here. Now Reggie Jackson. In the Yankee bullpen, Spilner and Manji. Correction, Indian bullpen. Frank, it looked to me like Torborg came out and signaled to his ball club to appeal play at second base. Well, I'm not sure if this will happen now. They're all in their respective positions.
I will see. Munson is over at third. I think if Verizon had let that throw go through, they might have had a play on Munson. It was a good, strong throw from Danny Briggs, the right fielder. But nonetheless, we'll see. All right, they put the ball in play as Kern steps on the mound. Now he's going to step off. Throws over to Bell at third base, and he says, nope. The umpire there, Jim Evans, said, nope. They were appealing that, evidently, that Doyle missed third in coming around to score. They were appealing on Doyle missing third, coming in to score from second, but not allowed. So the Yankees lead 2-1. Pitch to Piniella. Foul back in the crowd on the first base side. Strike one. Piniella got around a little bit late on the fastball. The Yankees now in front, 2-1. For Reggie Jackson, his 94th RBI, following Munson's 70th of the year. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled. Back off the mask of either Alexander or Merrill. think I haven't got Alexander's mask. Merrill gets right down in back of the catcher. Puts his head right alongside that of the catcher. There goes Jackson, and a ground ball knocked down by Bell. He straightens up and throws. Save! The first run scores, and Pinella is hurt.
What happened there, Frank, is Thornton came down with his spikes on Pinella's foot. But an excellent move by Bob Lemon. He put Reggie Jackson in motion. The ball was hit to Bell. No play at second base for Bell. Munson scored. Jackson's now on second base. Pinella's safe at first base. Gene Monahan, the trainer of the New York Yankees, out looking at Lou Piniella. Lou definitely in a lot of pain, and it is painful to get spiked, especially Thornton off the ground came directly down on Pinella's foot.
There's a base hit and a run batted in for Pinella, but now the Yankees in this inning have lost two key players. Willie Randolph with either a knee or a hamstring, and now Lou Pinella's spiked, and he's down on the ground being tended to by the trainer.
And Frank, I'm sure Pinella will be able to play. Even if he had to leave this ball game, he would be able to play tomorrow. I'm not so sure about Willie Randolph. Randolph experiencing a great deal of pain in the knee area, the kneecap area. Right now, there's a break in the action with the score: the Yankees 3, the Indians 1.
This is Mel Allen. You know, if pitchers like Hunter and Guidry and Lyle want to see someone with a really great delivery, they ought to pick up a phone and call Emery. By the way, not only is Emery's delivery great, they also make quick pickups, even on the telephone. Emery, the Air Force and Air Freight.
Okay, Lou Piniella leaves the game. Gary Thomason goes out to run for Pinella. There's one out. The bottom of the 8th inning. The Yankees have 3 runs. The Indians have 1. The Yankees have runners on first and second. Gary Thomason on first. Reggie Jackson on second base. The hitter will be Greg Nettles. The Indians have a new pitcher, Sid Manji. Manji, a left-hander. Here in 1978, Manji, 4 wins, 3 losses, 2.79 ERA. He has 6 saves on the year. So, Jeff Torborg goes to his left-hander to face the left-handed swinging Greg Nettles. On deck will be the left-handed swinging Chris Chambliss. Pinella walks out of the dugout into the New York Yankee tunnel. He'll go into the clubhouse, and he was followed by trainer Herman Schneider. I'm sure Schneider will put some ice on that, bandage it up. We hope Lou Pinella's back out here tomorrow afternoon in the second game of this 3-game series. Fan Appreciation Day. Frank?
All right, the Yankees are leading 3-1. And Greg Nettles, 2 for 3 in the ball game, steps in. First pitch to him. Curveball is hit in the air to center field. Jackson started for third, now turns around and goes back, realizing, perhaps on sign from Dick Hauser, there was only 1 out. There are now 2 as Manning makes the catch. I think Jackson had forgotten the outs. He broke for third when the ball was hit, and Hauser flagged him down, sent him back towards second as Manning made the catch. 2 away, runners first and second, and the batter is Chris Chambliss. He is the 8th man to bat here in the 8th inning. The Yankees lead 3-1. Manji sets, kicks, and deals. High and inside, ball 1. David Clyde's record, 7 1/3 innings, 1 run earned, 4 hits, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Jim Kern did not retire a man. He's charged with 2 runs on 4 hits. 1-0 pitch to Chris. Breaking ball high and in. 2-0. Again, the Yankees so far have lost 2 players in the inning, Willie Randolph and Lou Piniella. Randolph, of the 2, as Fran told you, appeared to be the more seriously injured. Manji steps back off the slab. They play Chambliss well around to the right side on the infield. They bunch the outfielders, giving him both corners. 2-0 pitch. Low, ball 3.
Frank, I'm very surprised that that pitch was a breaking ball. Manji has controlled trouble, has had controlled trouble throughout his career. The easiest pitch to throw for a strike is the fastball. The situation, 2-0, you have to throw that fastball. Give that hitter a piece of cheese. Right now, he's 3-0. Bob Lemon might give Chambliss the hit sign.
I think the odds are pretty good it will be a fastball. Alexander went out there and talked and gave him a sign, and Monge shook it off. Now he's ready. And the 3-0 pitch. Fastball, and he walked him. It's way out of the strike zone low. That'll bring up Roy White with the bases loaded, and the Yankees have now batted around. Roy is the 9th man to hit. Cliff Johnson batted for Bucky Dent, led it off with a walk. Stanley ran for him. Rivers sacrificed. Willie Randolph got an infield hit. Pulled up lame going to first base. Doyle ran for him. Thurman Munson singled to a wide-open right center field gap to drive in the tying run. Jackson drove in the go-ahead run. Vanilla beat out an infield hit. He was spiked, got an RBI. Roy takes a curveball over strike one, and again Alexander a little upset with Monge as he goes out to the mound. Phil Rizzuto, who is one of the most Italians I have ever met in my life, and as everybody knows, one of the greatest guys that ever lived. Very superstitious. He maintains every time Eddie Layton plays Italian music on the Yankee Stadium organ, the Yankees score. Pitch is low outside for a ball. And when this inning started and Cliff Johnson came up there as a pinch hitter, Eddie Layton started playing a few Italian airs or arias or something, Italian music, and the Yankees have 3 runs. Pitch is up high to Roy White, 2 balls and 1 strike. They're going to rename him Eddie Laytoni. Foul goes out of play on the right side upper deck. I understand Pam Boucher is also superstitious. She put the phone call into the organist booth, told Mr. Laytoni to lay the music on us. 2-2 pitch. High ball 3, full count. No place to put Roy. And now down at second base, Gary Thomason will be running. Chambliss will be running at first. But Reggie Jackson will hold his ground at third. He will not be running down the line with a right-hand hitter up there. 3-2 pitch. Throw to first instead. Well, I tell you, that little trick play there. Monge throwing to Thornton, who was nowhere near the bag. Then Thornton looked like he wanted to throw back across the diamond, try to catch Jackson off third. I think that would be a good play, but they did not make the throw. 3-2 pitch. Foul back. As Jackson takes his lead and starts his move in toward the plate with the pitch, he comes about 10, 15 feet over in foul territory.
Frank, here's a situation where you can put that play on. The pitcher goes to his set position. When he comes up with that front leg, he just keeps going, goes all the ways back towards second base, breaks with the rubber. If you have everybody running, you will have a sure out.
3-2 pitch. Bouncing ball to third base. Buddy Bell has it, throws to first to retire the side. The Yankees score 3, they lead 3. At the end of 8, it's New York 3 and Cleveland 1.
Gotta bale and haul some hay.
Gotta share a ride today.
Gotta drop the children off. But first I gotta stop at golf. People, all kinds of people, more than a million a day. Keep their lives moving on by making us stop along the way. And don't the stop that keeps America going.
We give people some pretty solid reasons to stop at Gulf, like gasolines that are adjusted for better performance in your part of the country, and a motor oil so good it exceeds the recommendations of all U.S. car makers. And when it comes to stations, Gulf gives you a choice of traditional full service or the convenience and savings of our new self-serve stations. Some of our stations even offer a choice of both. Got somewhere to go? Remember, use your fuel wisely, and when it's time, stop at Gulf.
Listening to the game just isn't the same as being there. The special magic a hot summer's day and an even hotter Yankee Stadium crowd give to the game, well, it's just missing. So do something about it. Grab a Yankees Frank, because Yankees Franks have the taste that takes you out to the ball game, even when you're listening at home. Bite into one. Feel like cheering? Go ahead. The crowd won't mind. Yankees Franks. Colonial makes it.
A reminder, only a limited number of general admission and bleacher seats remain for tomorrow's Fan Appreciation Day game against the Indians. All box and reserve tickets have been sold. The general admission and bleacher seats go on sale at noon tomorrow here at the stadium. There are still good seats available for the season finale Sunday afternoon at 2. Okay, right now, top of the ninth, here in the Big Apple, Yankee Stadium. Goose Gossage on a relief of Jim Beattie. Beattie's line score, 8 innings, hits allowed 4, walked 1, struck out 7, runs allowed 1, and a masterpiece for Jim Beattie. The Goose on a relief. He leads the league in saves with 25. Frank?
First pitch to left-hand hitting Norris is foul back below us. The Yankees have Gary Thomason in right field, Fred Stanley at shortstop, and Brian Doyle is at second base with Gossage pitching. The next pitch coming high and outside, a ball and a strike. One thing has bothered me all night long, and I've never asked him. I've got to. 1-1 pitch. Foul back out of play. I've got to find out if Fred Stanley has ever met Frank Perdue.
He probably really does not want to meet Frank Perdue. How many chickens do they kill a day?
A ball and 2 strikes on Norris. Yankees lead 3-1 in the ninth, and a foul back on a half swing. Yankees 3 runs on 8 hits. Jim Beattie allowed 1 run earned on 4 hits. He walked 1 and struck out 7 men. Fine pitching job by Beattie. Now Gossage tries to save it. The 1-2 pitch struck him out. Swing and a miss. Buddy Bell, the batter. Bell is fly to right, sacrificed, and fly to center.
Willie has a left hamstring pull. Stella a bruised left heel.
Strike called on Bell. We have a brief medical report on both Willie Randolph and Lou Piniella. We'll give you in a moment. The 0-1 pitch. Bell lines it, and Doyle knocks it down, picks it up, throws to first. He's got him. Fine play by the youngster out at second base. That ball was hit by him. He reached back into left field, juggled it, got the handle, and threw to first base in time.
Frank, in the medical reports, Willie Randolph has a left hamstring pull. Lou Piniella, a bruised left heel, obviously must have hit the base with the heel first, so he was not spiked after all.
Andy Thornton up, takes a slider, low and away, ball 1. Thornton, the right-hand hitter, struck out twice and grounded out against Beattie. 1-0 pitch, outside, gets away from Munson, 2 balls and no strikes.
And Frank, it's a final score in Fenway Park, Boston. The Red Sox, 11. The Blue Jays, nothing.
And the Red Sox know that there's nothing they can do if the Yankees go ahead and keep winning. 2-0 pitch. Check swing, it's high, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. We talk a little louder, Fran. They might be able to hear us up through New England.
Right.
3-0 pitch. And he's taken all the way. Strike call. 3-1. The Yankees lead 3-1. The Yankees got 3 runs in the bottom half of the 8th to come from behind. The 3-1 pitch. Foul back. Strike 2. 3-2 on Thornton. 2 outs and nobody on, and now the applause starts up for the strikeout. Become another Yankee Stadium tradition this year. It all started with Ron Guidry when he struck out 18 California Angels early in the season. A standing ovation. The fans are on their feet here at Yankee Stadium. They want strike 3 on Thornton. Goose takes the side, and the windup 3-2 pitch. Foul back in the upper deck. Thornton stays alive, and the game will continue.
Frank, that was a good pitch by Gossage. All Thornton could hope to do was to slap at the ball and foul it off.
If he strikes him out, I won't have to tell you. 3-2 pitch. He walked him. Ball 4's inside. And this is a tough situation right here because they got a kid coming up right now that has the power to reach the seats here at the stadium, Wayne Cage.
Yes, he does, Frank. And, of course, Gossage will just rear back, throw that heat to Cage, and Cage will be swinging because he knows exactly what Gossage will be throwing. Of course, Cage likes to hit the ball to left center field. It's a tough chore to hit the ball out there.
Pitch is taken for a strike. Beattie struck Cage out 3 straight times, swinging once and on called third strikes twice. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Here come the fans. If they were all puppets on a string and somebody pulled it to a person, they came to their feet. 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Struck him out. The ball game is over. The Yankees win it 3-1, and the magic number is now 2. Goose Gossage, striking out 2 of 3 men in the 9th inning, gave everybody an anxious moment or two when he walked Andre Thornton, but he comes back to strike out Wayne Cage and save the win for Jim Beattie. The Yankees down 1-0 on a double to Verizon and a single by Manning in the 8th. The Yankees batted around. In their half of the 8th inning, they scored 3 runs on 4 hits. They have lost Willie Randolph, I don't know for how long, as he pulled his left hamstring. Going down to first base, Lou Piniella had to leave the ball game with a bruised heel on an infield hit going down to first base. No way of knowing right now how long either man will be out of action. The Yankees win it, but it could be a costly win if they have to lose Randolph and Piniella for the final couple of games. But let me say this, too, before I close out. With Randolph out with the injury, the youngster Brian Doyle came up with an outstanding fielding play at second base in the 9th inning to throw out Buddy Bell on a wicked one-hopper, a real shot. The ball got by him. It looked like he reached back to his left toward the outfield, flagged the ball down, juggled it, and made his throw in time. An outstanding play by the youngster Doyle. Well, we'll have a final word and the wrap-up on the ball game for you in a moment. The final score, the New York Yankees 3 and the Cleveland Indians 1.
Say, Frank, who says Yoo-Hoo is just for kids?
Not so, Bill. Yoo-Hoo is for anybody who loves a delicious, refreshing chocolate drink.
It's Yogi's favorite.
Yep. Yogi loves Yoo-Hoo's cool, creamy chocolate taste.
That's because Yoo-Hoo is made with nourishing low-fat milk.
Right, and it's non-carbonated. Instead of filling you up, Yoo-Hoo keeps your action up.
For taste, refreshment, and nourishment, Yoo-Hoo chocolate drink is today's best soft drink value.
Yoo-Hoo, the drink of champions.
Try Yoo-Hoo chocolate drink from Iroquois Brands.
2 of New York's greatest restaurants is the Assembly. That's right, is the Assembly. A great steakhouse and a great fish house. The Assembly at 16 West 51st Street in Rockefeller Center is operated by the 3rd generation of concerned restaurateurs and selects the primest of steaks and the freshest of fish. Come to the Assembly for lunch, for dinner, or after theater. You'll see why leading figures in the world of business, entertainment, and sports agree that the Assembly is New York's great dining experience. The New York Times voted the Assembly 3 stars for excellence. If you're planning an evening at the theater, include the Assembly in your plans. There's a special pre-theater and after-theater dinner, and free parking convenient to the theaters. The Assembly Steak and Fish House, 16th West 51st Street in Rockefeller Center. Call 581-3580 for reservations.
I will take a look at the totals right now for you. The New York Yankees, 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 8 men left on base. And the Cleveland Indians, 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error, with 4 men left on base. The winning pitcher, Jim Beattie, his record 6 wins, 9 losses. Credit Rich Gossage with his 26th save of the season. And the losing pitcher is Jim Kern. In relief of David Clyde, Kern's record is now 10-10. Kern, relieved in the 8th inning, faced 4 men. They all singled, and 2 of them scored, making him the losing pitcher. It was Thurman Munson who drove in the tying run for the Yankee with a base hit to right center field. Reggie Jackson drove in what proved to be the winning run, and Lou Piniella knocked in the insurance run on consecutive singles. The 8th inning opened with a walk to Cliff Johnson, batting for Dent. Rivers sacrificed, Stanley running for Johnson. Then Randolph beat out an infield hit, pulled a hamstring. Munson singled for a run. Jackson singled for a run. Lou Piniella beat out an infield hit, hurt his heel on the play at first base, and that was the scoring for the Yankees. So the Yankees win, the Red Sox win another, but it's got to be frustrating for folks up Boston way as their team keeps on winning, but so do the Yankees. And now it's down to the final 2 games of the season, and The Yankees' magic number is 2. If the Yankees win their game tomorrow afternoon, they would clinch a tie. But it takes a combination of 2, either 2 Yankee wins or a Yankee win and a Red Sox loss, or a couple of Red Sox losses, however you want to look at it. But they'll do it again here tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. The Yankees and the Indians, we hope you'll be with us. The Yankees win tonight's game by a final score of 3-1. The engineer for Yankee Broadcast is Brian Ferguson. Assistant producer Carol Lee Ashwell. The executive producer is Arthur Adler. Tonight's game was produced by Pam Boucher. This is Frank Messer with Fran Healy, Phil Rizzuto, and Bill White. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock against the Cleveland Indians. Stay tuned for the Yankee scoreboard and wrap-up show.
Everyone knows they play to win.
The next time you have an appetite for fine French food, go directly to L'Escargot at 47th West 55th Street in New York and Carte Blanche. L'Escargot is one of many fine restaurants in New York where your Carte Blanche card will allow you to spoil, indulge, and treat yourself to the kind of food nobody can make at home. Dinner always tastes a little better when you have it with style with your Carte Blanche card, because people know Carte Blanche denotes more than an average measure of distinction and taste. With a Carte Blanche card, you can travel with style, too. You can Carte Blanche your airline tickets, Carte Blanche your rented car, and Carte Blanche your hotel bill. Keep your card with you wherever you go, and Carte Blanche your way through over 250,000 doors across the country, including L'Escargot. Carte Blanche, you'll know you're going first class, so will everyone else.
Here comes the Yankees. Let's get behind the dealer. Yankees. They're gonna learn the dealer. Yankees. Everyone knows they play to win.
The Yankee Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Getty Gasoline. From Yankee Stadium in New York, it's time now for the Yankee Scoreboard Show, and to bring us up to date on all the happenings in the major leagues this afternoon and tonight, here's Pam Boucher.
Thank you, Frank. In the American League, the Boston Red Sox defeated the Toronto Blue Jays tonight 11-0. No home runs hit in that game, which is really surprising. 11 runs being scored, especially in Fenway Park. The winning pitcher, Bob Stanley, he's now 15-2. The losing pitcher, Jim Clancy, he is 10-12. Detroit edged Baltimore 3-2. Jim Slayton picking up the win. He's now 17-11. John Hiller got his 14th save of the year in that game. The losing pitcher, the rookie Sammy Stewart, he's now 1-1. At Kansas City, it's the Royals 3, the Twins nothing. That's after 5. They're in a rain delay right now in Kansas City in the 6th inning. Jackson on the mound for the Twins. Dennis Leonard was the starter for Kansas City. Steve Mangori is on in relief. Out on the coast later on, it will be Chicago at California, Milwaukee at Oakland, and Texas at Seattle. I'll be back with a look at the National League scores right after this.
Jackie Stewart, winner of more Formula One Grand Prix automobile races than any driver in history.
Formula One racing can be incredibly expensive. Even tires and fuel don't come cheaply. Of course, in racing, the price of fuel is not much of a consideration. But when you're driving down the highway in a car that doesn't deliver such terrific gas mileage, and you've got to use premium gasoline in that car, well, then the price of gasoline should be a consideration. Paying premium prices for premium gasoline is not something I'd care to do. Not when there's a premium that sells for less than most other major premiums. Getty Premium. Getty offers quality premium gasoline without the premium price. That means you can get the power your car demands and pay less for it. So remember, when you fill up next time, fill up with Getty Premium. The premium that gives you more miles for your money.
In the National League, the Mets and Cubs split their doubleheader this afternoon. The Mets winning the opener 3-2. Dino Espinosa picking up his 11th win against 15 losses. Jerry Koosman got his second save of the year. The losing pitcher, Rick Russell, he's 14-15. In the nightcap, it was the Cubs 5, the Mets 4. Paul Krukow got the win. He's raising his record to 9-3. Bruce Sutter got his 27th save of the season. Mike Brewer was the loser. He's 4-11. Steve Henderson had his 10th home run of the year in the 7th inning with 2 men aboard for the Mets. White had his first of the year in the 2nd with nobody on for the Cubs. In a big doubleheader in the Eastern Division, the Phillies are at Pittsburgh. The Pirates won the opener 5-4, scoring 4 runs in the 6th, and then winning the game with a run in the bottom of the 9th. Willie Stargell had his 27th home run with 2 men on in that 4-run 6th inning. The winning pitcher, Kent Tecurve, in relief, he's now 7-7. The loser, also in relief, Ron Reed, he's 3-4. In the nightcap, after 6 innings, it's 1-1. Phillies at Pittsburgh. Steve Carlton, 16-12, going against Bruce Keeson, 6-6. Greg Luzinski hit his 34th homer of the year in the 2nd inning with nobody aboard for the Phillies' only run. And Bruce Keeson hit his first of the year in the 5th inning to tie the game up. So going into the 7th, it's the Phillies and the Pirates, 1 each. If the Phillies should win this game, that would clinch the division title for them. Their magic number is 2. And that second-place team there, of course, is Pittsburgh. The Reds defeated the Braves 7-2 tonight. George Foster and Pete Rose each homered off the losing pitcher, Jim Bouton. His record now 1-3. The winner was Tom Hume. He's 8-11. The Giants lead Houston 2-0. That's after 7.5. Ed Halicki, 8-10, facing Dan Warthen. Mike Ivey had his 11th home run of the year in the 7th inning with nobody on for the Giants. It's Montreal 5, St. Louis 4. That's at the end of 6. Sanderson started for the Expos. Mike Garman now on in relief. John Urea was the starter for St. Louis. Danny O'Brien, a rookie just recently called up, on the mound for the Cards now. And at the end of 1, it's the Dodgers nothing, the Padres nothing. Bert Hooton looking for his 20th win tonight. He's 19-9 on the season. John D'Acquisto 3-3 on the mound for the Padres. Here at the stadium, it was the Yankees 3, the Indians 1. The Yankees' magic number now down to 2. Frank Messer will have all the details for you next on the Yankee Wrap-Up Show.
The Yankee Scoreboard Show has been sponsored by Getty Gasoline. The Yankee Wrap-Up Show is sponsored by the Lincoln Savings Bank and by Magnavox. Well, good evening once again, everybody. Frank Messer with the Yankee Wrap-Up Show. And here at Yankee Stadium tonight, a crowd of 30,253 cheered lustily as the Yankees came from behind with 3 runs in the bottom half of the 8th inning to defeat the Cleveland Indians 3-1. The game, quite a pitcher's duel through the first 8 innings between Jim Beattie and David Clyde. Clyde, the Cleveland left-hander who has expressed in print a preference for the Red Sox to win the Eastern Division, handled the Yankees up in Cleveland last Saturday. He handled them again tonight for 7 innings. The Yankees finally got to him for a run in the 8th and chased in. Jim Kern came out in relief, faced 4 men, and was unable to retire any of them. 4 straight singles. 2 of the men scored, and the Yankees had a 3-1 win. The Yankees 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 8 men left. Cleveland 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error, 4 men left. The winning pitcher, Jim Beattie, his record is 6-9. Goose Gossage, his 26th save, and Jim Kern, the loser, his record 10-10. It was a costly win for the Yankees, and I'll be back with that story in a moment. It's trade-in for touch-tune time at your Magnavox dealer. Now get big savings when you trade in your old TV for a new Magnavox touch-tune color television. The TV that lets you tune with the precision of a computer and the ease of a push-button telephone. What's more, you can get a free official 1978 National Football League record manual for just touching a Magnavox touch-tune color television. That's right, just touch a touch-tune and your Magnavox dealer will give you, absolutely free, the official NFL record manual. Complete with all the records and statistics of the NFL. You'll have all the NFL information at your fingertips, all the scores, the draft choices, the all-time records, the regular season schedule, even a special Magnavox NFL television guide, and much, much more. Save big during trade-in for touch-tune time. Trade in your old TV for a new Magnavox touch-tune color television and get the free NFL record manual for just touching a touch-tune. Now during trade-in for touch-tune time at your local participating Magnavox dealer through October 1st.
A costly win for the Yankees. They lost 2 regulars. For how long? We don't know. The men lost Willie Randolph and Lou Piniella. Both had to leave the ball game with injuries in the 8th inning. Willie Randolph, beating out an infield hit to third base, injured his left hamstring. A few moments later in the same inning, Lou Piniella, beating out an infield hit to third base, injured his left heel when he came down on the bag at first. Both men in obvious pain. Randolph walked out the field, as did Piniella, under his own power, but both men went to the Yankee clubhouse for treatment by trainers Gene Monahan and Herman Schneider. The report, the injury to Randolph, the left hamstring, to Lou Piniella, the left heel. 2 men the Yankees could ill afford to lose. Randolph had 1 for 3 in the ball game, that hit being the infield single on which he was hurt. Brian Doyle went in to run for him and scored what proved to be the winning run in the ball game. Lou Piniella had 2 hits in 4 at-bats and drove in 1, an insurance run. So 2 men the Yankees cannot afford to lose. We don't know whether they will be able to play tomorrow afternoon or not. I'll be back with a final word on the ball game and the awards right after this.
Here's some very bad news for people who rob mailboxes, and some great news for people who get Social Security, railroad retirement, or civil service annuity checks. Thousands of retired folks will never again worry about checks being laid or lost or stolen. They just filled out a simple form at the Lincoln Savings Bank, and now Uncle Sam automatically deposits their checks directly in their accounts at the Lincoln every month. No more waiting around for it to come. No more lost or stolen checks. No more standing in line to cash them. Every month, the day your check is due, the money is there in your free checking account at the Lincoln or in your savings account, earning interest for you from the day it was due until the day you withdraw it. Interest that can really add up. Uncle Sam and the Lincoln do it all automatically. You don't have to do anything except fill out one form at any Lincoln branch or telephone 782-6000 and the Lincoln will mail it to you. The Lincoln Savings Bank, 782-6000, member FDIC.
In winning the ball game tonight, Jim Beattie struck out 7 men. He walked only 1. He allowed 4 hits. At one stretch of the game, he retired 8 straight hitters. And another stretch, he retired 10 in a row in a fine pitching performance. The Indians scored their lone run with 2 outs in the 8th when Tommy Verizor doubled to right center and scored on a base hit by Rick Manning. Later in the inning, Manning trying to steal second was thrown out. Munson to Dent. The Yankees scored their 3 as they batted 9 men in the 8th inning. It all started with a leadoff walk to pinch hitter Cliff Johnson. A sacrifice by Mickey Rivers, the infield hit we mentioned by Willie Randolph, a run-scoring single by Thurm Munson, a run-scoring single by Reggie Jackson, the infield hit by Lou Piniella on which Lou was injured, which drove in a run, and that was it. The Yankees had a 3-1 win. And now for our Magnavox Star of the Game awards tonight, Jim Beattie will receive a Magnavox Star for tonight's pitching performance, and so will his battery mate, Thurman Munson, for his 2 hits, driving in the tying run in the ball game, scoring a run, and his overall performance behind the plate as he guided Beattie to his 6th win of the year. We'll have the second game of this series and next to last game of the season here at the stadium tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. All box and reserve seats are gone. General admission and bleacher seats will go on sale here at the stadium at noon tomorrow. It will be Fan Appreciation Day. The pregame show at 2, the ball game to follow tomorrow afternoon. Until then, Frank Messer at Yankee Stadium. The final score, New York 3, Cleveland 1. Good night, everybody. The Yankee Wrap-Up Show has been sponsored by Magnavox and by the Lincoln Savings Bank.
Here's the weather forecast. Clear and chilly tonight with low temperatures ranging from 40 in the suburbs to about 50 in Midtown. Tomorrow mostly sunny, becoming a little warmer by afternoon with highs 65 to 70. Increasing cloudiness tomorrow night with low between 50 and 55. Sunday mostly cloudy with periods of rain, high 61 to 66. The long-range forecast for Monday, chance of morning showers and clearing with high 61 to 66. Tuesday partly to mostly sunny, high 63 to 68 degrees. Present New York temperatures 55 degrees, humidity 58%. The wind out of the south at 6 miles an hour, repeating the present temperature 55, going down to 50 in Midtown Manhattan. Your dial is set at 1010 WINS New York, Group W Westinghouse Broadcasting, serving New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut.
The News Watch never stops.
This is WINS.